very good morning. Sanibonani molweni, Dumela mokgadi. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, live on SABC3. And yes, guess what?
You got another one.
Got it right. Okay, let's try and remember. It's Wednesday, June 7th, so we're halfway through the week. So I must admit, I've got to say that there really is no better way than to start today the Feel Good way. Than to start today the Feel Good way.
You wrote that with a quote.
I love it.
That was old school.
Tomorrow we'll add some beatboxing there.
Really?
Yes.
You got that?
I got you.
Nice. But listen, it's of course a Wednesday that a lot of people have been kind of looking forward to in the Cape, because the first big storms of the winter are coming in, although with a degree of I think anticipation of the worst.
Yeah.
Lots of people saying, be safe at home, stay indoors and that kind of thing. But we've seen the weather change quite dramatically over the past couple of hours, hopefully bringing with it the much needed rain. We'll be linking up with the South African Weather Services to find out what to expect.
Yeah, a couple of warnings there. Then I think a big warning for the Proteas as they continue their ICC Champions Trophy challenge. They're up against Pakistan, a wounded beast after getting destroyed by India. So I think we can expect a much improved performance from them. But of course, South Africans got a lot of momentum after their win against Sri Lanka. We'll get some predictions this morning.
We're also chatting to all our parents today, because our parenting expert wants to inform you about what you should know when it comes to helping and preparing your child for the world of work. Very important topic.
World now,
Before you get to work, you need to write your exams. And of course, with your exams happening, but we'll also be talking about a great initiative that makes online study material accessible to everyone.
Wow.
Thank goodness for that. Well, let's get this day underway and get the latest weather update. Ewan, what's happening?
Thank you very much. Good morning, team. Very warm welcome from my side as well. Yes, it's a very early on this Wednesday morning. Let's quickly get an update as to what is currently happening with that Cape Storm. Now, the Cape Storm is finally here. According to the South African Weather Service, gale force winds of between 70 and 90 kilometers per hour can be expected for today along the coast between Cape Columbine and the Cape Agulhas area as well. Seas are expected to bring damaging waves of between 6 to 12 meters along the coastal regions today, and also tomorrow, where it will spread severely to the south coast of the Eastern Cape. Then thunderstorms may also develop today during the afternoon and evening, producing severe downpour with chances of hail, and these conditions can be expected to persist till tomorrow. There have also been reports of trees being uprooted, snapped telephone cables, as well as power outages. And if you have any stories, videos or pictures of the storm unfolding, please post it on Expresso's show's media pages. We'd love to hear from you, but in general, please also be safe out there. Let's quickly get a full roundup of your temperatures for the country today. Polokwane starting off on 7 degrees minimum, reaching a high of 22 degrees. Mbombela 11 this morning, reaching a maximum of 27. Pretoria on 8 degrees minimum, reaching a maximum of 21 degrees. Johannesburg 520, Mahikeng 4 this morning and a mild 24. Klerksdorp 2 grade minimum en 'n maximum 24. Kimberley ook 224. Bloemfontein koud vanoggend -1 graad, dit styg na 'n warme 23 later vandag. Richards Bay 17-27. Pietermaritzburg 10-26. Durban 20-27. Mthatha begin op 6 grade, dit styg na 28 grade maximum. West London 12-30. Cradock on 4 degrees minimum, reaching a mild 24. Port Elizabeth 10-27. George 8-22. Sutherland -2 this morning, staying cold with a maximum of only 8 degrees. Cape Town 8-16. Worcester 2-12. Springbok 5 and a maximum of 12. And Uppington kicking off on 4 degrees minimum and a maximum of 21. And that's a wrap of your weather for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated throughout the course of your Wednesday. I'm back just after 7.
Well, let's get your morning started by taking a look at your traffic. We start off in Gauteng in Booysens. Now, there's been an accident on the M1 northbound. That's before the Crown interchange. Now, this route is commonly congested due to peak hour delays, so it's highly advised that you use an alternative route heading into town this morning. And then in Cape Town, due to the storm, we've been advised to please avoid non-essential travel today due to heavy rain and gale force winds that will come make it difficult to travel to your destinations. The Huguenot Tunnel has been closed to heavy vehicles. Trucks are being diverted via the Tweedskloof Pass, and Chapman's Peak has also been closed on the account of weather. Please be safe there today, but we'll bring you another traffic update in half an hour's time.
Okay, let's see that killer return. No.
So now it seems that cricket fever has kicked in, even drawing in some rather unexpected fans, and with good reason, because the Proteas getting the ICC Champions Trophy campaign off to a fantastic, very well-rounded performance against Sri Lanka. Now we face our old foes, Pakistan, today. Of course, they were crushed by India, so we expect a wounded beast. So we thought we'd get some predictions from some famous South African faces.
South Africa is going to win again. Can't tell you why. Because they're the Proteas.
You know, I think when it comes to us in Pakistan, I think we'll take the win.
And they represent South Africa. And I am South African. I mean, have you seen us play?
Well, I definitely think the Proteas are going to win. It's always going to be difficult, but I think we'll win it.
Yeah, I think Pakistan's are good. In terms of cricket, yeah, I think they're going to win.
South Africa versus Pakistan. South Africa. There's no wrong answer here. South Africa.
I think we're in a very tough group, but the Boykies will definitely win, the Proteas.
Yeah, Pakistan is not going to win.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Our parenting expert is in the house. And of course, we need to talk this morning about preparing your child for the very, very changing world of work.
Yeah, and talk about preparing your child as well. We talk about a new free electronic access resource online that's going to be making it possible for you to study extra hard for those exams to get those good marks you need so that you can get to work and look like Leanne one day. Do you see? Yeah, here we go.
Life goals.
I say, lekker. Yo. You.
very good morning. Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Expresso on SABC3 on what is a very special Wednesday today, because today would have been Prince's 59th birthday. And so our friends at the Africa Channel will be paying tribute to the legendary Prince with an exclusive 2-minute clip from his concert at 8 p.m. Eastern on their Facebook channel. So check it out there. But speaking of somebody who seems like they're always celebrating something in life, Minnie Dlamini is just having it.
Celebrating life is what she's doing. Well, she's probably one of the luckiest girls in the world after spending a considerable amount of time in the Seychelles for Tropica Island of Treasure, as one does. The media personality has embarked on yet another getaway. Taking to Instagram, Minnie shared several snaps of herself enjoying Greece. From town strolls to private yachts and even some sightseeing, Minnie sure is serving up some epic travel goals and looking so stunning.
Here we are on a Cape Storm and she's off on a tropical destination.
Like she was watching the Champions League final on some cruise ship with Ronaldinho.
Yo, life is good, eh?
Life
is good. Well,
so
also,
happy.
I know. Also serving up some goals herself, a South African-born actress Leslie Ann Brunt, who is about to become a mom. Now, also on Instagram, Leslie shared some goofy photos of her baby shower, and of course, that featured the likes of director Kate Beckinsale's former hubby, Len Wiseman. In case you didn't know, Leslie Ann gets to call Len and other Hollywood hotshots friends now, thanks to her role in the hit US show that Len directs. South African genes and a passport into Hollywood. Her baby sure is blessed. And we had her on the show?
We did have her on the show.
So
why you gotta shade her like that though, Leanne?
Why am I shading her?
Talk about a Hollywood passport and good genes. Just say congratulations.
But she does have, she's gorgeous. I mean, hello.
Why the Hollywood passport though?
Because we all want a passport into Hollywood.
Okay, well, listen, that's where we leave our local entertainment news for you this morning. Stick around, we'll find out what our international stars have also been up to in our international entertainment news.
Thank you so much, guys. Right now, it is time to log on to social media very quickly, nice and early on your very cold Wednesday morning, wherever you might be. I hope you are keeping warm and having a lovely day so far. Look at our two beautiful Expresso ladies right there holding the mics. Now, this morning, Prince would have been 59 years old. We're paying tribute to this legendary artist. We asked you to tell us what is your favorite Prince song. So let's quickly run through there. Vincent Lamini coming through here says, Purple Rain. Good morning, Expresso team. Have a lovely day to you too, Vincent. Ziad Plaike says, are you guys having some purple rain there this morning? Hashtag Cape Storm. Indeed we are, Ziad. Thank you very much. Tabang says also purple rain. Cholemelo says purple rain. And Peter Johnson, good morning, Peter, says my favorite song was definitely Purple Rain. It seems that was a favorite of all. And then Sipokazi coming through says Diamonds and Pearls is my favorite song. So there we have it. What an incredible artist. Let's keep paying tribute to this phenomenal artist throughout the course of your Wednesday. Keep those comments coming in and of course use that hashtag Expresso Show as well. Right now, our parenting expert Nikki Bush, she joins us in the studio to share some tips on how parents can help prepare their children for the ever-changing work environment, just showcasing the weight that our parents really do carry.
Now, considering the incredibly rapid pace that the world is developing and changing as we speak, parents and teachers need to start thinking more like futurists to help young people make appropriate choices for the new world of work. We chat to Nikki Bush, our creative parenting expert and talent whisperer, wearing both of those hats today, to find out exactly what is shaping our world. Is it too late for me? Was I born on the wrong side of the digital divide? Is my child going to ask me questions that I'm not going to be able to answer? It is a crazy world.
Well, what you said just now about asking you questions you can't answer, the answer to that is definitely. Because we are moving beyond what we actually know and we're going into the unknown, a little bit like those explorers who charted new territories off the edge of the map. Okay, so that's where we're at.
The inner space is getting even larger. I heard a statistics, or someone mentioned that the first person who's going to live to 1,000 years old is alive today.
Well, absolutely. You know, our children being born right now will almost definitely live to between 120 and 150 years of age, which means that they're going to be in the workplace for a very, very long time.
And that workplace might even be on Mars.
Oh,
It is crazy. So before we completely freak everyone out there, what does this mean for us in our practical development as a young parent? What do I need to be then thinking about when grooming and growing my child and identifying that talent?
That's quite an interesting question because there's a lot of focus on STEM subjects and STEAM subjects, science, technology, engineering, maths, etc. But there's a letter in there called A, which is arts. And what we're actually wanting is for our children to be encouraged not to mainstream into just the sciences or mainstream just into the arts, but actually find the intersection between the two, because that's where the magic happens. And that's what hasn't happened in our education system to date, that encouragement of finding the connection between the two.
Yet luckily, every day and every single way, technology is meeting creativity on the platforms that are available. Social media technology has forced our children to engage with the world through tech. So as you can be the most creative person out there, yet you are still getting an understanding of technology in that process.
That's right, but with all of this technology, it's also disrupting our world, and it's destroying jobs and creating new jobs. So we are living in a situation where, in 10 years' time, a third of the jobs we know will not exist anymore, a third of the jobs we know will be automated, and a third of the jobs we know will still remain. So only 1 in 3 jobs that we know now
Never mind, my child, what job will I have? What will I be doing?
Well, this is how fast things are changing. So Carnegie Mellon University last year developed a piece of AI, artificial intelligence, called Libratus. And Libratus is a poker player. And Libratus went into competition with 4 of the top players, poker players in the world, 120 hands of poker over 20 days, after which Libratus was $1.7 million up. Now, the interesting learning from this experiment was the reason why Libratus was winning was because Libratus had learnt how to bluff. And bluffing is a human thing. Now, we are going into an era where machines are able to learn. And this machine has learned how to bluff like a human being, and that's why it was winning.
All of this says to me that I've got to be asking the right questions every step of the way, not only to my child, but obviously to myself about where we are in that path, that growth development. What questions do I need to be asking?
Yeah, so the first 2 questions on people's minds are, what must my child study and what jobs will my child do? And we can't actually answer that because 60 to 70% of those jobs don't yet exist. So we need to start thinking a little bit more like futurists as educators and parents and start asking ourselves the critical questions of how is that industry changing? What is that going to mean in terms of what jobs are going to be there? And then that informs us as to what our children should be studying. And this is a bit of a black hole at the moment, but we need to start being more inquiring about how we think about things and more open-minded.
Well, we're going to have to. We're going to have to shatter those mental boundaries. And just to put it in perspective, you can now study an asteroid mining degree at university. That shows you how far we've come. We're going to broach more of this incredibly interesting topic and what it means for our future and our children's future. What jobs are going to be existing when we've got to help them enter the job market? Some very interesting questions raised.
Well, it's that time of the year again. It's exam time, and that means the pressure is on and the heads are down. Now, exams can be stressful for many learners in South Africa, especially those who don't have access to the kinds of supplementary learning materials that Model C schools may have. But here to turn that all on its head is Paul Marie and Chris Mills from Paper Video. Good morning, gents.
Morning, Zoe.
You guys are turning things around, making learning material accessible to many students. Tell us a little bit more about Paper Video.
Well, as you've said, we are making resources that make it possible for every South African learner to get access to that extra support that you need for some of the hardest subjects. I think I would struggle to think of people who haven't had extra lessons in maths and physics from my own school. And so we have taken exam books, which are chock-a-block full of past exam questions. And what we've done that is unique is we've made a video solution for each and every one of those questions. So when a student is working through our exams, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, but they get stuck on a certain question, they can access a video for that particular question and have a teacher take them through the questions step by step.
And explain it.
Exactly right. But what's particularly unique about our resources is the fact that we let you access an extra teacher on your phone or on your computer, but you don't need an internet connection or data, which a lot of e-resources out there neglect. They don't take into account the fact that data and internet access is not something that everyone can take for granted in South Africa.
Yeah.
So we have created little micro SD cards that come with our resources. You put it in your phone, you put it in your computer, and you get access to thousands of video lessons without needing an internet connection or data.
That's incredible. Now, you guys have really got a big vision of where you want the students to also see their career path and their schooling career going with you've got the subject maps. Tell me a little bit more about how this vision is visualized.
Okay, so the subject maps are our latest resource. We released them this year. And Paul's just described our exam paper books. That's how we started out in 2014. However, the exam paper books only addressed the revision question. If you're stuck on 1.3, for instance, I need help with that question. Well, what happens if you don't even know the context of the question that you're stuck on? In other words, you almost have to go back to a classroom-style lesson to get the foundations. And that's what the subject map does. What it does is it takes all the concepts that you would be presented with in a classroom environment, and it puts them together in this workflow so that you are able to track your way back and forth through the entire curriculum for a given grade, and then delve down into the concepts that underpin that particular topic.
You know, it's like a tutor in your pocket. You guys are just making life so easy and convenient for those, especially who, like you said, don't have internet access, don't have necessarily extra data to spend. But how can people get in touch with you guys?
People can get in touch with us by visiting our website, papervideo.co.za. It's like a piece of paper and video. .coza, and you can see all about the resources there. You can get in contact with us there, and you can find out as much as you need to at papervideo.co.za.
Okay, and you cover all of the subjects, or are there only a particular range of subjects that you guys cover?
Okay, yeah, well, we cover for grades 10, 11 and 12, we cover maths, physical sciences, life sciences, accounting. Those are just the exam paper books at that level. At grade 8 and 9 level, we cover maths, natural sciences, which is physical sciences and life sciences together, with a sprinkling of geography, and we also do the accounting component of EMS. And we cover that with the subject maps and the exam paper books at grade 8 and 9 level. Grade 10 subject maps are going to be available as of the beginning of next year.
Oh, exciting things. Where were you guys when I was in school and needed some help with that? Ladies and gents, these are the gents from Paper Video. Make sure you get in touch with them to make your studying a little easier.
Absolutely amazing. I concur with you, Zoe. Where were they? Let's get Paper Video trending.
They were still being born.
I know. Talking about trending things, we're checking out a trending topic. A guy generates snow. We'll tell you how after the break.
Amazing stuff. And then also Mr. Ard Matthews is in the house. Come on, come on. He's going to be telling us about this latest Just Ginger show and also performing new music, man. Can't wait to hear it.
Oh, yeah. Yo, yo, yo. Da da da. Da da da. Da da. I'm gonna do Wonder Years. Yeah, change up, change up. Not Wonderful World, Wonder Years. Wonder Years, not Wonderful World. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, hello. 1, 2, yeah. Da 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 da.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Yes, welcome to it. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso, only on SABC3. Welcome to it. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday morning with us. Right now, let's quickly take a look at what's been trending on social media, all those funny, random, and weird stories. What do you guys have?
This one is quite extreme, and it's trending with good reason. It's actually quite amazing. We are going to focus on a guy called Morgan Evick. He posted a video of his water slide, which seems pretty mundane and sweet, but this particular move...
No way!
How did he do that? Taken the world by storm, and he pops his little rash vest straight back on.
Can we see that again?
Please watch that again.
One more.
I wish we could do it in summer.
Okay,
here we go. Look.
Comes down the slide.
And
Boom.
slide, and on my feet. And that's not a cheat, guys. That's not a cheat.
No, come on.
Amazing. All right, also there's another story. An Australian guy by the name of Roland Zoff decided that he's going to create a little patch of snow on a field for some kids and call it the Winter Wonderland. And you know what? People absolutely loved it. He made it with what is called a snow gun. And like in the middle of summer, everybody was enjoying this fake snow situation.
Cool, South Africans would react in that way as well. Yeah. Snow is a novelty.
That's very cool.
The little snowman. Well, there's one young lady, Madeline Terrain, who recreated a photo that's been in the family for years. Now, her mom, her parents got together during her mom's freshman year in high school, and she was by her parents' side during graduation. So what Madeline decided to do was, 17 years later, at her own graduation, she recreated a photo of her family.
That's brilliant.
But look at her mom, though. Her mom's just got better with age.
It's fantastic.
I love that. That is so cool, guys. Thank you very much.
Sweet.
Well, that's a wrap of your What's Trending stories right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you've come across any interesting stories, please share them with us. You can log on to our Facebook page or on Twitter at Expresso Show using our hashtag Expresso Show. Right now, though, let's get some music, and it's going to be amazing.
And we are so proud to welcome once again a firm favorite of ours here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Mr. Ard Matthews. Of course, you know him from Just Ginger. And in fact, this Saturday, the 10th of June at the CTICC, he'll be there with Just Ginger himself. Prime Circle will be there. Taylor will be there. But we'll talk about that show very shortly. Right now, he's about to perform a song called Wonderful World. Let's go.
You've been running around, but you're falling way behind. A slap bang in the middle of what you want and who you are, and then deliver it from inside of you. It's all inside of you. It's all inside of you. So you don't need to look anymore. All you need is all you are. Trust in you. You've come this far. Live your life while you're waiting. Pack up and go. You know it's a wonderful world. When you're up from your download, look out your window. Come on, it's a wonderful world. A wonderful world. And now we got you thinking of what you want and who you are. Never settling. Never take it lying down. Move up to the front of what you want and who you are, and then deliver it from inside of you. It's all inside of you. It's all inside of you. So you don't need to look anymore. All you need is all you are. Trust in you. You've come this far. Live your life while you're waiting. Pack up and go. You know it's a wonderful world. When you're up from your download, look out your window. Come on, it's a wonderful world. A wonderful world. Your life while you're waiting. Pack up and go. Come on, it's a wonderful world. When you're up from your download, look out your window. Come Come on, it's a wonderful world, a wonderful world.
It surely is a wonderful world, and Ard Matthews is singing to you at what, 7 o'clock in the morning? It's a pretty good start to the day, man. Nice one.
I'm back.
Let us know what you thought about that performance on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page. We'll have more from Ard Matthews later on.
In the national news this morning, the Western Cape Disaster Management Centre has been activated and the South African National Defence Force has been placed on standby in light of a major cold front that has hit the province. In addition, the South African Weather Service has issued a severe weather warning for flash flooding, hail and gale force winds in the mother city for the rest of the week. All schools have temporarily been closed down and civilians are urged to exercise extreme caution during these conditions. The National Assembly has passed a bill aimed at curbing the illegal eviction of farm workers. The extension of security of 10-year amendment bill will now go before the National Council of Provinces for approval. The bill provides for proper consultation before a landowner can evict farm dwellers or occupiers and land for negotiations with municipalities for alternative accommodation. Rural Development and Land Reform Minister Gugile Quinty says it is a step in the right direction. Now moving further abroad, US President Donald Trump has claimed credit for the pressure being placed on Qatar by Gulf neighbors who accuse it of supporting terrorism in the region. The US President says his trip to the Middle East is already paying off and might help terrorism as Saudi Arabia, Bahrain and the UAE as well as Yemen and Libya have severed ties with Qatar. Meanwhile, analysts say that the isolation could pose a threat to the 2022 Football World Cup, which is set to take place in Qatar. And then finally, French police say they have shot a man outside the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris after he tried to attack an officer using a hammer. The shots prompted panic amongst visitors, and while the area around the cathedral has been closed, people are being asked to stay away. France is in a state of emergency since attacks by jihadists in Paris left 130 people dead in 2015. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get a look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
Cricket headlining our global sport this morning, and the sixth match of the 2017 Champions Trophy, of course, taking place yesterday, and it saw England earn an emphatic 87-run victory over New Zealand. Chasing 311 for victory, New Zealand could only make it to 223 before they were bowled out, leaving them at the bottom of Group A with one game remaining. Proteas play their second match of the tournament today, and that's up against Pakistan. That match getting underway at 2:30 following the win over, Sri Lanka in their opening account. Then the National First Division promotion playoffs continue this afternoon as Baraka FC tackle Black Leopards in Polokwane. After playing out to a 2-2 draw with Stellenbosch FC in their first match, Baraka currently find themselves in second place on the table, just 1 point behind the Western Cape side, who have a game in hand. Today's game gets underway at the Peter Mokaba Stadium at 3 o'clock. Then on to rugby. The British and Irish Lions are in action again today as they take on the Blues. That's in the second match of their New Zealand tour. Northern Hemisphere side will look to continue their winning form as they head into the clash off the back of a hard-fought 13-7 victory over the provincial Barbarians this past weekend. The Lions vs Blues battle kicks off at 9:35 South African time. Then the first two semi-finalists in the women's draw at Roland Garros were decided yesterday after Jelena Ostapenko and Tamia Bashinsky earned quarter-final victories. 19-year-old Jelena Ostapenko overcame former world number 1 Caroline Wozniacki, coming back from a set-down to see out a 4-6, 6-2, 6-2 victory. And the other result in the last 8 saw Tamia Bashinsky beating Kristina Mladenovic in straight sets. That's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, let's take another look at your traffic. We start off in Gauteng and Diepkloof. Traffic is slow moving. That's on the N1 Western bypass from Soweto Highway and Jacaranda Avenue. In Durban and Chatsworth, there are the usual peak hour delays. That's on the M1 Higginson Highway eastbound, heading towards the End 2 Highway. And if you're in Cape Town, avoid non-essential travel. But just to give you a quick update in Cape Town and Philippi, there's been an accident on the M7 Jakes Gardwell Drive in Hanover Park, so you can expect some delays on the R3 300 highway. That's where we leave your traffic for now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Let's quickly take a look at your weather going into your Wednesday morning, and very heavy rain, strong winds and cold conditions are expected for the rest of today, also continuing into tomorrow. That's for the northwest, the western and the eastern Cape today as that massive cold front passes. As for the rest of the country, a stark contrast, clear skies, you can expect sunny conditions and mild temperatures going into your Wednesday. Your temperatures, Polokwane on 7 minimum this morning, reaching a maximum of 22, Mbombela 11.27, Pretoria 8.21, Johannesburg 5 and a maximum of 20, Mahikeng 4.24, Klerksdorp on 2 degrees minimum this morning and a mild 24, Kimberley 2.24 as well, Bloemfontein nice and cold this morning, -1 with a maximum of 23, Richards Bay on 17 with a maximum of 27, Pietermaritzburg 10 grade minimum, dit styg na 26, Durban 20.27, Mthatha begin op 6, dit styg na 28 maximum, East London on 12 degrees, reaching a maximum of a warm 30 today, Cradock 4.24, Port Elizabeth 10.27, George 8.22, Sutherland very cold today, -2 this morning, staying cold with a maximum of only 8 degrees, Cape Town 8.16, Worcester 2.12, Springbok kicking off on 5 degrees, reaching a maximum of 12, and Uppington 4 degrees minimum and a maximum of 21 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. We'll keep you updated. I'm back for a final look just after 8.
We're still keeping it live on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Got time for a game?
I got time. I
Okay,
got
cool.
time. Yes.
We're going to play emoji charades. You know how it is.
I know.
We try and keep you updated with all things entertainment, movies, songs kind of thing. We show you emojis, give you some clues, you guess what it is, link up with us on social media. We done.
And look at our emojis. I'm not going to say anything.
Is that even okay? Oh, guys.
Come on, though.
Such an
okay,
easy
cool.
one. Okay,
Okay, so let's give you the clues. First clue. This is considered one of the artist's signature songs. All right, you got
Okay,
that one.
okay.
It was released in 1984 on the singer's 6th studio album of the same name. All right?
Okay.
And then this one is probably going to give
Yeah.
it away. After the artist's death in 2016, it re-entered the US and UK charts in the top 10.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right, the 84 thing threw me because I wasn't around then.
Of course.
But then I need to think about it. Maybe
And then, of course, the emojis.
Of course. There we go. Well, use those clues and those emojis together and then let us know whether you know what this movie, series or song is. Of course, do so on Facebook and on Twitter using our official hashtag Expresso Show and try out our emoji charades game.
Well, we're now taking a look at what's happening on social media. The hashtag Cape Storm is trending. We've been talking about it all week and we are finally in it. A lot of people tweeting saying, Carlene says, stay safe, everyone. The Cape Storm is wreaking havoc in the city. Hashtag Cape Storm, Cape Town. On the other hand, the rain is great. Dane tweeting a little gif saying that awkward moment when your boss doesn't send you a message telling you to stay at home. I know a lot of people said they're going to stay home today. Nicholas says, the flying department on Cape Town. Oh, okay, I don't understand that message, but Mercy says the hype was absolutely unnecessary. I am offended. Hashtag Cape Storm. Well, I think the worst is yet to come. Thank you for that. Mimi posting a funny photo of a lot of rain, but this is just a joke. Hashtag Cape Storm, Cape Town work. If you see the little person there still trying to make their way to work using their umbrella. Well, thank you for connecting with us. Continue to do so. Remember to use our hashtag Expresso Show.
Decided to build a fire here.
What are they doing, eh?
So good.
The graphics team is making us feel so nice.
Just giving up the feels.
So nice. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we talk the latest in technology. Driverless buses. Can you understand? Can you even cope? Titi's going to be here to talk to us about that.
And then I think we've all experienced this, but we want to help you this morning. How to spot and avoid a pyramid scheme.
Like
all
this.
That more coming
if
up.
If it looks fake, it's fake.
Feel Good Breakfast Show, yes. It's real.
It's fake.
Tropica Slender is giving away a taste of paradise. To enter the competition, buy a Tropica Slender and complete the daily story with your own twist ending on the Tropica Facebook, Instagram pages or on Twitter when you follow at MyTropica with hashtag SlenderTwist. You could be the weekly winner of a beach hamper or LG DVD player and be entered into the grand prize draw for a trip for 2 to Seychelles, courtesy of Air Seychelles and the Savoy Resort and Spa. T's and C's and details on tropica.coza.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuning to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso only on SABC3. Hope you're keeping warm if you are in the Western Cape. But like for the rest of the country, contrasting, a nice and sunny day expected. But all Feel Good vibes with your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. Something quite serious right now. Now, we've all heard horror stories of people falling victim to bank-related crimes, from card fraud to phone scams. And the sad reality is that this could happen really to anybody. But with the right information from official sources, we can empower and protect ourselves from banking crimes, which is why we're joined this morning by Kaylani Pillay, CEO of SABRIC, the South African Banking Risk Information Centre, to shed more light on the work the organisation does. Kaylani, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, Ewan.
This is a great topic to talk about, because many people have fallen victim to bank-related crimes. I myself also have been dealing with credit card fraud on more than one occasion. And I'm sure a lot of people also have seen the hashtag Scallon billboards out there, just spreading the awareness. What exactly does the organisation do to protect people from banking fraud?
Well, I think the most important thing is that we create awareness among South Africans about the different modus operandi out there, what to look out for, how to protect themselves. SABRIC was established, we're going to be 15 years old in a month's time, by the 4 major banks in South Africa to create awareness, but also to assist the banks fight organized crime. So that's really what our business is. Obviously, I won't go into some of the other things. It's not for public consumption. But definitely awareness really critically important.
I think the awareness and the education definitely is at the forefront of what we should know and what to look out for. But it's also been proven that these banking-related crimes are on the rise consistently, even with different measures being put in place. Why is it? Why are we seeing a rise in these cases?
Well, look, the demand for cash is certainly out there. Criminals are becoming far more sophisticated. They're using online platforms. They use all the platforms that the banks provide to try and make banking more easier and more accessible for their clients. So every time a new solution comes out, none of us want to go and stand in a bank queue anymore. Yeah. We'd like to do our banking or transactions from the comfort of online, wherever we are. And I think, criminals obviously know that, and they move on those very platforms. Every time the bank provides a solution, better solution, they move on those same platforms. They're out to acquire your personal information. And I think what's really very important is that the perception out there is what's also causing some of the problems in us not addressing risk, is that the perception is that it's always bank staff that are involved, and that's how a victim thinks they've been compromised, and that's not the case. Yes, collusion can happen, and that's why we want to use this opportunity to create awareness amongst people about how criminal syndicates actually operate and how you need to protect yourself, because risk lies not just with the banks in terms of their systems, but in terms of you and I as individuals as well. We've got to protect ourselves.
Absolutely. And on that note, how do we protect ourselves? What would you say to the public just to be aware of, so that we lessen the risk of falling, a victim to bank-related fraud?
Well, look, for one, protect your information. That's one of the most important things, is protecting your information, knowing that you're safe and secure on the platforms you use. But unfortunately, time will obviously not be enough today, and that's why I think the listeners will get the opportunity over the next couple of weeks to get lots of advice around this. So for today, I think importantly, I'd like to say to the listeners, is to say to South Africans, like us on Facebook, go onto the SABRIC website, which is www.sabric.co.za. Follow us on Twitter. And just wise up and watch out, because this is really something that you and I can do to try and minimize that risk and not become victims of bank-related crimes.
Absolutely, and of course that hashtag as well, Scallon,
yes,
check that out on social media.
Yes, it's one of the more innovative ways that we wanted to convey the message. We actually talk through the voice of the criminal. And it's really very important. So, I urge South Africans really to take note of this, because criminal syndicates actually know where the vulnerabilities are, and they know that it lies with you and I as individuals, that we always don't protect ourselves the same way we really want to empower you to look after yourself.
And thank you very much for doing that. I think it is such a big issue, I think, for a lot of people as well. And once you fall victim to it, it's very hard to rectify that. So try and avoid it altogether. SABRIC, thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. So make sure that you also follow SABRIC on Facebook and Twitter. You'll get all the hashtags there, all the information as well to educate you on banking-related crimes as well, so you do not fall victim.
Wise up, watch out.
Okay, well, we're now turning our attention to some technology. A Chinese rail car maker, CRRC, they unveiled a new product called Autonomous Rail Transit in Tutao. I had to ask Kat how to pronounce that. Now, the bus rail
my
combo...
Mandarin is so on point, right?
Well, you never know. The bus rail combo rapid transit system, it is expected to speed up the city's public transport. And I think, you know, this is such a cool idea. A lot of cities probably want to upgrade their transport. But looking at this picture, is it a bus? Is it a train? Is it a tram? It looks confusing.
It's all of those rammed into one, which is absolutely amazing. And once you hear more about it, it blows your mind, because so they've designed this to actually be like a train in the fact that it's modular, so you can add more and more carriages. But like a bus, it actually travels on the road, making it a lot more economical. It's a lot cheaper to produce.
Yeah.
And I think this might be the future of what we're looking at. So like a train bus. Train bus. I don't know.
But you know what confuses me? It's like you say there's it's like a train, there are no tracks.
Yeah.
It's like a bus, but there's no bus driver. How is it going to operate?
Well, firstly, let's talk about the fact that on a 30-meter long train bus, if I can call it that, I'm not copywriting the name, but 300 passengers can be carried there. And of course, it being modular, more carriages can be added, which means more passengers. But it almost seems like it's like a child's toy, because it doesn't need tram tracks.
No.
It's equipped with sensors that follow these white dotted lines on the road that allow it to actually navigate along its path, which I think is absolutely phenomenal, right?
When you said a kid's toy, I was thinking, you know, where you first push it back and then it goes forward.
You know, like how when you used to build those train tracks as a child, and then the train would just automatically follow on those. So right now, these sensors follow the dotted lines on the road, and that's how it navigates its way around the city.
Yeah, I think the question a lot of people will have is, what are the implications of having a driverless driver, a trainless train, bus, tram, train,
Well, I think at the end of the day, maybe safety could be a big question, and maybe regulations. It could be better regulated, the fact that it is controlled from a centrally, I guess, located platform, if you will. But at the end of the day, the saving on costs is huge, because building a subway is estimated at some $102 million US, whereas building one of these is at $2 million for a standard length tram, train bus, which is absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely phenomenal. Well, if you perhaps have a name for this awesome piece of technology, and I think it's a great innovation in terms of the world of transportation, do let us know on social media. Remember to use our hashtag Expresso Show.
Train bus tram.
I like the colour.
Yeah, I know.
Colour's cool.
Green machine.
Yeah, grabs the attention, definitely. Listen, as the hashtag Cape Storm makes its way into the Western Cape and also up into South Africa, we're going to be connecting with Lebogang from the South African Weather Service just after the break, just to give us an update as to what we can still expect over the next day or two.
Then Sean Marco has battled his way through stormy seas, gale force winds, not a drop of rain.
Swam into studio.
But he's had some incredible successes recently. We're going to get into that story after the break.
Struggle with commitment? Before trying anywhere else, book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso only on SABC 3. Nice and early on your Wednesday morning. Now, Cape Townians have been bracing themselves and are currently weathering through a massive storm that is travelling over the Cape region. And joining us on the line right now from the South African Weather Service just to report on the progress is meteorologist Lebogang Mashile. Good morning, Lebogang.
Good morning to you and to the viewers.
Thanks so much for taking our call. So, Lebogang, what has been the progression and the movement of the storm throughout the night?
Currently, the storm is over the Cape Peninsula. It made landfall early hours of this morning. We do have another secondary development, which will also be making landfall during the course of the day.
All right. Now, I know that it's still very, very early with it making landfall very early on this morning as well, but have we seen any damage that's been caused at the moment? What advice do you have for people out there to stay safe?
We only heard of isolated reports in some places of roads which were damaged, and it looks like one or two people were also affected by the strong winds. But the advice we have is that people should try by all means to stay indoors and keep off the roads. We currently have quite strong winds that have been reported in various stations. We have Cape Town that is gusting 80 kilometers per hour. We have George that is gusting about 68 kilometers per hour. Beaufort West about 82 kilometers per hour. And Calvinia, we see winds gusting 200 kilometers per hour. So those are quite very strong winds. In Cape Town, overnight, we have already measured about 24 millimeters of rainfall. And we're still expecting lots of rain. So possibility of that heavy rain and localized flooding is still very much valid. And we're advising people to keep off the roads and stay safe.
And Lebogang, finally, where can people just keep up to date with exactly what is happening, the progress of the storm, and all the various warnings that might change throughout the day? Is there a source of information?
In terms of the movement of the storm, we're still expecting those very high seas. So beachgoers are advised to stay away from the coast and the beach. Storm surges are also possible. Still those gale force winds, heavy rainfall. The first front will be moving through to the northeastern parts of the country, where it will be causing some very cold conditions over those areas. We are still expecting disruptive snowfalls overnight into tomorrow morning, and possibility of strong winds over the interior of the Cape provinces, particularly the Western Cape, the Eastern Cape, and the Northern Cape.
Awesome. Lebogang, thank you very much for joining us this morning, just giving us an update. It sounds serious. The storm is definitely still not done. It is still on its way, making landfall, of course, or made landfall earlier this morning and making its way into the Western Cape and up the country. So like Lebogang says, please follow that advice. Stay safe. Stay away from the beaches. Stay off the road. Stay indoors if you can as well. And for any more updates, you can visit their website, weathersa.co.za.
So now, as a cricketing fan or any sports fan, when you're a youngster or if you're a grown-up super fan like myself, a major groupie, we love poring over those stats, those figures, those records set by the greats like Mackay and Teeny, the unbelievable legend Alan Donald and Graham Smith and the like. We also like on the show converting new fans to the sport. So we thought we'd put Atandwa Khani and DJ PH to the test when they stopped by your Feel Good Breakfast studio to see how much they knew about some of our famous cricketing stars.
Hashim Amla. Amla? No? It's right, I know this answer. It's Amla. Oh, okay, I thought it was with the current team. All right, cool. Of course, it's Shank. That's a joke, man. I'm bad at this. Good question. Mackay and Teeny? It's not Alan Donald, I know that much. Wait. It's Mackay and Teeny. I'm going to say that. Alan Donald. Because I know this answer. I studied this. Okay, maybe wrong position. I'm sitting that way. Okay, let's go. It's a good question. This is... Do you know who this one is? This one's a good one. It's Chabalala. Is it not Dale Cullinan? It's not Chabalala, is it? It's a lie, man. Atamnakan is a liar. It's Jacques Kallis again. Can only be Jacques Kallis. Am I right? Gary Kestin, because, oh yes! I know this one. I stayed up all night studying this. And I'm glad I did, because I know this answer. I'll take it back. Gary Kirsten. This one is Jacques Kallis. Of course, I know this. That's what happened. I was watching that game where he had the record runs of 3,000. No, wow, no. Who else? Jeez, crazy. Okay. Is it Jacques Kallis?
It is.
How many runs? 426. I know because number 4 and then 2 and 6 are my favorite numbers in that order.
Clearly, cricket knowledge is abundant here in the Expresso studios.
Absolutely.
Abundant. Maar hoorie, kyk gou, saam wie kuier ons vanoggend die waghalsige aanbieder van SABC2 se vermaaklikheidsprogram Pasella, Marco Vorster, wat onlangs die ATKV Mediaveertjie gevat het vir die beste aanbieder. Baie geluk daarmee meneer en welkom terug.
Baie dankie.
Yes.
Ja, baie dankie. Goed om hier te wees.
Ja.
Lekker.
Not the man ATKV Mediaveertjie, want nou is jy maar redelijk die man.
Jy weet, ek wou net as julle dit sê. So,
Okay, maar luister baie lekker om saam met jou kan kuier vanoggend sien jy 'n koppie koffie en alles raak rustig saam met ons. Dit is so lekker om te sien hoe jy jou potjie gekrap het so te sê in die aanbieder wêreld. Wat is dit omtrent om 'n aanbieder te wees wat die meeste geniet, veral op Pasella?
ek dink op 'n program soos Pasella iets wat ek ongelooflik baie geniet is al die tipes Afrikaanse mense wat ek al soos leer ontmoet het. Ek dink om die land te reis is een ding, maar is meer vir my die mense in al die plekkies soos die jy weet ja, net regtig tipe mense wat ek nooit verwag het ek sal ontmoet nie, maar wat so 'n sagte plek in my hart omgekrap het. So dit was
ons het interessante mense.
Ja, en ons ken jy nou van naweek daar af. En nou is jy op Pasella, een van die grootste vermaaklikheidsprogramme in die land. As jy nou jou werk doen, is dit iets waarvan jy dink om eendag 'n ATKV Mediaveertjie te wen as beste aanbieder of is dit iets onverwags?
Dit was baie onverwags, om eerlik te wees. Ek het nie regtig eers geweet van die
Dit bestaan. Hulle gaan jy nou bel, hoor, jy kan ons soos Mediaveertjie terugkry dan, okay?
Ja, jy kan nie dit sê nie. Maar ja, dit was 'n groot voorreg en dit is altyd dis lekker en is goed om erkenning te kry. Mense sit baie harde werk in en jy probeer maar 'n storie so lekker maak soos wat jy kan. En ja, ek was baie dankbaar.
Natuurlik het ons almal baie geniet om te sien wat jy doen op Pasella. Hardloop ons 'n bietjie deur daai blink oomblikke. Wat het regtig vir jou uitgestaan deur die loop van jou run?
Ek dink die hoeveelheid keer wat hulle vir my gesê het, "Son, jy kan nie nooit doen nie." jy mag dit net absoluut nie doen nie. En toe ek dink na 'n tyd het hulle agtergekom hulle gaan nie wen nie. En toe hulle soos ek Sean doen maar dit en ja, toe het op 'n punt gekom wat ek net regtig kon myself wees en die gaste kry en 'n lekker play hierdie tannie Coolie.
Ja.
Sy was een van my gunstelinge geweest. Ja, so dit is ek dink even soos net met myself hoe ek baie meer losgeraak het op die program was 'n groot voorreg geweest of nee, voorreg dit was net ja, ongelooflik lekker geweest.
En wat was tot dusver jou beste storie? Ek hoop amper jy sê toe ons geboks het. Daai was nog 'n legendarisch.
Dit was lekker, hè? En ek het 'n smiley ingedra en alles.
Onthou jy dit ooit?
Ja, nie baie nie nadat jy my jy het my nog al se tyd daar.
Tussen die tande,
ja.
Tussen die tande. Maar is daar ook nog onder dat jy dalk eendag wil doen saam met iemand baie bekend of dan nie of wat tipe stories sal jy graag wil bekry as 'n aanbieder?
Ek dink een van die grootste stories wat vir my regtig cool was is die een hoekom ek die ATKV gekry het was om te sien hoe twee kulture saamgekom het. So die kook graag Kaaps was 'n moslim tannie en 'n Christen tannie wat saamgekom het en
wow.
Dit was so groot voorreg om die tafel te sit en met my een hand eet ek met 'n soos mes en vork en my ander en met my ander hand eet ek net met my hand. So ek dink hoe meer ek kan sien hoe sulke kulture net hulle diversiteit agter hulle rug sit en saamsmelt, Ja, dit sal great wees. Dan maak dit my werk ongelooflik maklik.
Yes. Baie geluk, man. Ons is trots op jou.
Baie dankie.
En ons hoop ons sien nog baie van jou op ons skerms.
Yes,
daar's hy. Die man is nog nie klaar nie. Nooit nie. Maar skakel vanaand in op SABRIC. Kyk, Pasella gaan 'n lekker episode wees. Dit gaan oor Suid-Afrikaners. Polka is met Olimpiese swemmer Cameron van der Burg en Jutsvinger 4 Mimi Koortse se 85ste verjaarsdag.
Wow. Ja, dit alles op SABRIC 2 vanaand om 7:30. So skakel in.
So now moving on to even more exciting news here on Expresso. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. We get to announce our next Biogen winner. So this week we had a core muscle hamper up for grabs to the value of 2,800 Rand. I've been on the core muscle range ahead of our fight night this coming weekend, and it has been a very welcome support, packed with tasty and trusted protein powders and supplements that are best for supporting muscle recovery and development. So we've got to give a very big congratulations to Yakomina Congratulations, Han.
Congratulations. But it's a new week and we have yet another chance for you to get your hands on a Biogen hamper. This week we're giving away a vitamins hamper, which includes a whole range of vitamins, antioxidants, minerals and immune boosters to keep you strong and healthy, especially during the winter flu season. And all you have to do is just SMS the keyword Biogen to 33728.
And of course, every time you enter, you receive a free entry into that grand prize draw where one lucky person is going to walk away with a 12,000 Rand Dis-Chem shopping voucher. Unbelievable. So make sure you enter and enter as many times as you possibly can. Those SMSs are going to cost you $1.50 and the terms and conditions can be found on our website. That's expressoshow.com.
Biogen, for the results you want.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we'll take a look at who's moving and who's shaking on the 5FM local music charts.
And then we pay tribute to one of the greatest that ever lived, Prince, who would have celebrated his 59th birthday. Wow. Today we take a look at the legacy that he has left behind in music.
Looking pretty slender there, athlete.
No, guys, that is slender.
Yeah, buddy!
Well, we burnt our calories on the swim. How do you do it, Zoe?
Introducing Tropica Slender in a tall, slim bottle with no added sugar, less calories, and available in 4 twist flavors.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welkom terug na jou goedvol ontbytprogram. Dis Expresso net hier op SABC 3. Sean Marco Vorster van Pasella is nog saam met ons and it's time for us to now find out what our international stars have been up to. So Leanne's going to give us the full rundown.
Yes, congratulations are in order to George Clooney and Amal. They welcomed their first babies into the world. Alexander and Ella were born yesterday morning, so they finally have their pigeon pair, and I think a massive congratulations goes out to the two of them. We all know that George was very vocal back in the day that he didn't want to have any children. He didn't want to get married. Now he is both, because a good woman changes a man. Yay! Congratulations.
I just think it's so funny because I think most of his friends, if they've had kids, they should all be in varsity now, and now he's starting off.
He's going to be a great dad, though. Really, really great dad, or grandfather, whichever you want to say. But I think Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez are one of our favorite couples right now, and it seems that they've given us another reason to love them even more. Now, the pair who initially denied dating, as they all do in Hollywood, shared a very cute photo of themselves, just chilling. It seems that they are opening up more and more about their relationship by sharing this cute photo of them with their children, both Alex's kids and her kids, in the pool together. And both J-Lo and A-Rod have 2 kids together. And I must say, it seems like they're all getting along really, really well. Hey,
That's
I
so
love
sweet.
it. Very, very cute.
They make a very good-looking couple.
I know. I hope they get married and stay together forever. And then, of course, on a very somber note, actor Roger Smith, who brought glamour to TV as a TV detective genre, has, of course, he was in the show called Private Eye on 77 Sunset Strip. He has passed away. Smith, who was one of the leading men during the 1950s and 1960s, stepped out of the limelight in his 30s to, a neuromuscular disease. He remained behind the scenes throughout his disease and managed his wife, fellow actress Anne Margaret. In a statement, his family said that he lived a full life despite having the disease, which ultimately took his life at the age of 84. And of course, we send our condolences out to his friends and his families and all of those people that were fans of his as well. It's always so sad to lose such legends of the industry, hey?
It seems like he had a good life, though.
He did have a very good life, a very full life.
It is.
Good innings.
If I could choose an age, it would be 84.
It would be 84, but you're very far from that, so that's a good thing. It's like 60 more years to go.
Sean Marker is still with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. That's a wrap of our international entertainment news.
So now the big question we have to ask ourselves, can the Sweet Resistance with their single Captivated maintain that #1 spot on South Africa's top music chart, the 5FM Top 30? It's going to be tough with the likes of Josh Middleton, a new hero, entering the charts very high up. So we better get an update from the Ham Man.
Hey, what's up? It's Nick Hammond back with another recap of the SA Top 30, the chart show based on your votes from the 5FM app. And like we do every week, let's begin by looking at the brand new entries onto the charts. Coming in at number 25, she's back in the pop landscape after a bit of a break. It's Shana Sky with Forest. The second new entry pick I decided to go for this week came in just 1 position ahead at number 24. It debuted on Hammond Time only a couple weeks ago. It's AKA Ananati with Don't Forget to Pray.
Don't forget to pray now.
Time to check out the movers and shakers, and as per usual, I've picked 2 re-entries onto the chart. Remember, songs can fall off, but your votes can bring them back weeks later. This is exactly what's happened at number 21. It's Euphonic with Apologies.
Apologies for my behavior, no excuse.
My second mover and shaker pick this week came in at number 16. It's another hit for the Wolfpack, A1 Wolf and Amanda Kanene. This track called Perfect.
Did you ever know that you never run your own?
All right, now it's time to check out the top 10 biggest songs in SA music based on your votes for this past weekend. And beginning at number 10, this one now doing 2 consecutive weeks in the charts, it's Vonneboom with Ooh La La. Coming in 1 position ahead from Vonneboom at number 9 this week, it's Sutherland with Closer.
I know you wanna come a little closer. Hey guys, we're Sutherland and our latest single Closer is at number 9 on the SA Top 30 on 5FM. Thank you so much for all the votes, guys.
Coming in this week at number 8 based on your votes, it's Snapback and Kimasabi with Other Side.
Thanks to everyone who's been voting, and please keep voting. We could hit number 1 pretty soon. Thank you.
This week at number 7, I'm very keen to see how this guy's career expands. It's Timothy DeMonk with Every Day.
She tells me every day that she's not at home.
This week, just outside of the top 5 at number 6, it's a local DJ doing big things internationally, Strip Tech with Turn Me On. Halfway through the top 10 this week at number 5, it's brand new music from Opposite the Other called Your Body Moves.
My body moves and you
This week at number 4, dropping down from the previous week's number 1, it's The Sweet Resistance with Captivated. At number 3, it's been some time, but fantastic to hear him once again in the pop landscape. It's music from the Graham Watkins project called You Come Run. This week at number 2, they're a former number 1. We'll find out who they made room for next. It's New Hero, Chasing Hurricane.
Why are we all
I told ya.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to catch me, Nick Hammond, Monday to Friday, 9 to 12 on Hammond Time. And of course, every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to find out who'll take the #1 spot on the SA Top 30. Speaking of which, this past weekend, it went to a 14-year-old from Johannesburg. His name's Josh Middleton. The track is called Monster.
Hi guys, it's me, Josh Middleton, and this is a shout out to all my awesome fans out there for voting for my brand new single Monster, which just made on 5FM the SA Top 30 at #1 thanks to your votes.
Week after week after week, I'm blown
Josh
away.
Middleton,
Hey,
man. He was here like 2 weeks ago.
Just now.
We were making coffee for him.
What a legend.
Yeah,
what a legend.
yeah, that's the guy who made the coffee.
That's the guy who made the coffee, exactly.
These Georges dropped on the floor.
So listen, as we welcome this Wednesday, we have to remember one of the biggest music icons that I think ever lived. And we still can't believe that Prince is gone. He was such a huge icon in the music industry. And over the course of his 40-year career, he had a lot of amazing moments. So in honor of his life and birthday, we put together a list of our favorite moments.
Yeah, and we've got to start at the very, very beginning. Remember 1999?
Okay.
Yeah, but that was in 1982. If you find that confusing, the album 1999 was released in 1982. And this is arguably the album that put Prince on the map, which it saw great success. It was his first top 10 album on the Billboard 200 charts, and also became the 5th best-selling album of 1983 overall. And then the following year, Prince then released Purple Rain, the album and the movie. The movie did massively was massively successful, garnering some $80 million US, and also the album spent 24 weeks at the top of the Billboard's charts, making him one of the biggest stars of the 80s.
Like, period. Hands down.
Just like that. In the rain.
Yes, this guy. And then in 1993, Prince changed his stage name to The Unpronounceable Symbol. All right.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, he had also titled that for his last album. But from that point forward, people started referring to him as the artist formerly known as Prince.
I thought he called himself that.
No. People actually called him the artist formerly known as Prince. However, in 2000, he did change his name back to Prince. And then in 2004, he opened the Grammy Awards with an epic performance with Beyonce. And then just a few weeks later, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I mean, talk about being on a roll.
Dude, I think that's probably one of Beyonce's greatest moments of her career.
Absolutely.
Being with Prince on stage. And then check out this footage, bro. In 2007, Prince put on a show-stopping performance at the Super Bowl. The performance became known as one of the greatest halftime shows to date, with Prince performing a medley of songs, hit tracks like Purple Rain. He even covered Queen's We Will Rock You, Bob Dylan's All Round the Watchtower, and the Foo Fighters' Best of You. Can you imagine that? Halftime, Prince.
Yeah, man. So it's only right that we just pay homage to the incredible life that he lived and the music that he created for us. So no matter how you remember Prince, he will always be known as an artist who pushed boundaries and redefined the music industry. And as we pay tribute to what would have been his 58th birthday, we also take the time to appreciate his contribution to music. He was a legend, man. He was a legend. Yeah.
In the purple rain. Sing it now. Purple rain, purple rain. Oh my God, it's Prince! Woo! Hey!
Okay, well, you know what? This past weekend, I think, was probably one of the biggest and best parties I've attended.
Yeah, without a doubt, the hottest event on this year's social calendar. Was it a horse racing event?
Nope.
No. Was it a festival? No.
Nope.
It was, in fact, the birthday bash of our very own Leanne. And of course, we found a new descendant to the Iron Throne.
When it comes to birthday parties, nobody does it quite like Leanne Williams. This year's celebration was filled with family, friends, and celebs all dressed in regal attire.
My highlight for the night, I think, has been interacting with Leanne's family. Like, they're the coolest people. They're the coolest people.
They are, absolutely. They feel like your family.
No, they're so cute. They're amazing. They feel like my family, so I've been having a blast.
Happy birthday, Leanne. I just pray that you, every plan that you have for the future, that you will meet those goals. And I just want to say, enjoy life and be that kind, heart-sweeted person that you are.
Leanne, tonight you look like the princess you really are, and my prayer for you is that life will take you to higher heights than what you ever dreamed possible. This is just the beginning. Happy birthday, my darling. I love you.
The Game of Thrones theme was one of 4 possible party designs curated by an amazing event planning trio. Food blogger Sebastian Newman, stylist Shiraz Reddy, and Expresso's floor manager Lucian Albertine.
Thank you for being here, and let's enjoy #Leanne V-Day 2017. Let's have fun, you guys. I think we're so used to black and white parties or all white parties or the same old, that I thought, you know what, let's come up with something different. And I felt that Game of Thrones was the best theme possible. And I'm so happy because everybody embraced the theme. They look amazing. And I think it's a perfect way to spend the evening.
We posted 4 videos over the course of a week, and we asked the public to choose a theme because we know Leanne does a theme every year. The public chose, and Game of Thrones was the winner.
I want to thank all the people that was behind the scenes, not just us, all the people from the sound people to the DJs to the people, the staff at the hotel. They were amazing, absolutely amazing. So we basically started from the bottom up and we rose to the top, all the way to the Iron Throne.
Tonight has been absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that all the elements came together in the end. And the fact that we had this brilliant idea of doing it on social media, letting the public decide, coming together with all the elements that we could find, an amazing venue, great brands on board, and beautiful people.
Leanne lives each day to the full and doesn't take anything for granted, which is why her birthday celebration is about fun and being with those nearest to her.
Happy birthday to you. My personal highlight of the night has to be the fact that I get to be surrounded by people that I love. They make my life what it is.
Even dear friends who couldn't be at the party in person sent well wishes via Skype.
Happy birthday, Leanne.
I hope you're having a killer day, and much love all the way from Durban.
So please do have 2 slices of cake just for me.
Happy birthday, gorgeous, beautiful woman. You know I have nothing but love for you.
Happy birthday to you, all the way from China.
My birthday message to Leanne is to continue to be as wonderful as she is. Keep shining your light, my darling. You're doing fantastic work and you're an amazing person.
Leanne, wishing you a happy birthday and all the best that is yet to come.
Leanne, my angel, happy birthday, and I love you so much, and I wish you and miss you a happy, prosperous year further.
Happy birthday, Leanne!
I just want to say a big happy birthday from me. Thank you again for inviting me to your awesome birthday party. It's been a blast. Hope you have an amazing year.
Happy birthday!
Happy
birthday! There's no better way to start another year in life than with love, laughter, and good energy. Here's to you, Leanne. May it be a wonderful year ahead.
I love the fact that Lee chose to spend that very special day with the people closest to her Expresso family, and I hope that really does reinforce how much she means to us. You are our leading lady, Lee. We love you. Now, of course, the Expresso New Metro Movie Club not only gives viewers entry to see the latest movies, but experience them on massive screens with superior sound as well. So what's our latest treat? Double tickets to go and watch The Mummy at New Metro's Extreme cinemas nationwide. So the original Mummy first hit our screens back in 1999, saw audiences flock to cinemas worldwide to see the classic tale of treasure, adventure, and conspiracy. Now, back in 2017, the latest installment in the franchise is set to wow audiences even more with jam-packed action, adventure, a dash of horror, yes, and box office megastar Tom Cruise taking it all on. So experience the highly anticipated new film in New Metro's technologically advanced Extreme cinemas. They are awe-inspiring. That includes Dolby Atmos and Auro 3D sound on some of SA's largest cinema screens. And you can catch it all at Ballito Junction in KZN Clearwater, in Johannesburg, The Glen in Joburg, Menham Park in Pretoria. You can stand a chance of winning by simply SMSing the keyword Mummy, your name and your city to 40675, and you could be a winner. Now remember, you need to add the city in which you're able to watch the screening and don't miss out on the all-new blockbusters, big screen version of the legend that has fascinated cultures all over the world since the dawn of civilization. It's a big one. It's The Mummy.
The best entertainment at new Metro cinemas. It's your scene.
Look, man, if you haven't made plans yet for Saturday the 10th, go to the CTICC to check out Ard Matthews and a list of great artists. If you need a reason why you need to go and watch him, stay tuned because he'll be performing live after the break.
Absolutely phenomenal. And then as we do on a Wednesday, it's time for your culinary hotline. Bling. Sing, sing, sing. Yes, 0214309881 if you want to ask our foodies any questions. We'll be back after the break.
Let's go to the island, stand together, you and me.
The new Tropica Island of Treasure theme tune is bringing sunshine into the lives of children in need.
We can win this million. We're gonna find treasure by the
Yeah. When you download the full song on iTunes or Google Play, proceeds from the sale of the song will be donated to CHOC Childhood Cancer Foundation, who support children with cancer and their families. Get the tune today and help make tomorrow a little brighter for brave boys and girls with Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles. SMS CHOC to 33728 to receive the link to download to your phone. SMSs cost R1.50 and T's and C's are on tropica.co.za. Download and support these beautiful children.
Yeah. Come, make yourself better, man. You know you wanna, cool. And I bet you can too. So now, is this as far as you can go?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast Expresso on SABC3 as we welcome you back into this Wednesday morning. Ard Matthews in the house. Listen, the man is very busy. He's leaving on a tour to Europe very soon, but of course this weekend you can catch him at the CTICC performing alongside Taylor, Prime Circle, and of course with Just Ginger.
Yeah.
And this is a show that you guys did in Jersey, right?
Yeah, we did 2 sold-out nights at the Teatro at Monte Cassino, Johannesburg. And it's just a wonderful production. It's really, really cool. It's a great way to see these artists, and it's really fun because we have a string section with us. It's always cool to hear your songs with an orchestra behind you, you know?
Yeah, and I'm loving your solo stuff as well. You're going to perform Wonder Years right now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's on iTunes under Ard Matthews, and thank you guys, man. Thanks for the support always, man.
Let's go. Ard Matthews, Wonder Years.
Come, make yourself better, man. You know you wanna, and I bet you can too. So now, is this as far as we can go? Rise above yourself and float away, way, way. Come, let's get lost. Let's get out of here. Let's do all the things that love inspires, our heart's desires. Through the wonder years, through the wonder years. Come, I wanna take you home. Let's get lost. Let's get out of here. Let's do all the things that love inspires. Let's get away. Come with me and take me by the hand. You know you wanna, and I think you should too. Hey, now, is this as far as we can go? Around about now, I think I love your way. Come, let's get lost. Let's get out of here. Let's do all the things that love inspires. Our heart's desires. Through the wonder years. Through the wonder years. Come, I wanna take you home. Let's go home. I wanna know.
Die Wunderjahre. Wunderjahre. The wonder years, man. Ard Matthews. See, that's crazy, man.
Thank you.
So where was that? Where did that song come from? The wonder years. Where are the wonder years?
Listen, we're living in the wonder years at the moment, man.
Are
We
we?
just don't realize. Yeah, I mean, look outside. It might be the last years, the way it's going on. No, but it's all about appreciating the moment, you know, and living and being present, and that's where it comes from. I think if you do look out, you know, off your phone for a second, it's quite a cool world we live in.
Absolutely,
If you
man.
choose to see it that way, you know?
And people, you can be part of this magic, of course, if you go to the CTICC this coming Saturday, the 10th of June, to check out Art. Just Ginger will be there. Taylor will be there.
Yep.
Prime Circle will be there. What can people expect from the show? You were talking about, like, there's a string section. Are you talking about how many people are going to be on stage at one time?
Sure. Well, yeah. So I think, as far as I know, it's an 8-piece string section,
cool.
and then of course the bands, and we do quite a cool little collab. It's a really fun little show. You have to come check it out. There was it had a really good response in Johannesburg, and just again, the production is really cool. It's how every band should be represented in this country. You know, it's a really solid production and not to be missed.
Yeah, and then after that, you get on a plane and you're going to Europe on tour. Tell me about that. That's exciting.
Yeah, so we're playing at the Princess Charlene's Red Cross event in Monaco, which will be quite cool.
Very nice.
And then from there, I'll be going through London and quite a bit of Europe, just in my own capacity.
Yeah.
And, so that's quite fun. But I must say, you know, I've moved into Hapa, and I'm digging home, you know. So, so I'm going to be rushing home. But it's always exciting to go out and represent South Africa and represent your music, you know.
Can I ask a bit of an offside question, right? When you guys go to Monaco like this, I mean, Princess Charlene is South African.
Yes.
Do you guys get extra special treatment when you get you stay at the palace?
I don't know. We've never been, so this is the first time. So we're going to see. It's going to be a lot of pressure on it. We'll be pulling the card for sure.
We brought Burra Borsros. How about that palace?
And chutney and everything. We'll take it all. We'll gift them hard.
Excellent stuff, dude. Of course,
Yeah.
you can follow him at Ard Matthews on social media to keep up to date with what the man is up to. And in the meantime, let us know what you thought about that very cool performance of Wonder Years on our Feel Good Breakfast Show Facebook page.
En die nasionale nes die Weskaaplandse rampbestuursentrum is geaktiveer en die Suid-Afrikaanse nasionale weermag is op gereedheidsgrondslag weens die uitgebreide koue front wat oor die provinsie in beweeg het. Ook het die Suid-Afrikaanse weerdiens 'n ernstige waarskuwing uitgereik en gemaan oor blitsoorstromings, haal en stormsterkte wind in die moederstad vir die res van dese week. Alle skole is tydelik gesluit en burgerlikes is sterk aangeraai om uiters versigtig te wees wanneer die toestande intree. Die nasionale vergadering het wetgewing aanvaar wat daarop gemik is om die onwettige uitsetting van plaaswerkers teen te werk. Die uitbreiding van die wysigingswet ontwerp op veiligheid en verblyfreg sal vervolgens vir goedkeuring voor die Nasionale Raad van Provinsies dien. Die wet maak voorsiening vir deeglike konsultasie voordat 'n grondeienaar plaasbewoners of besetters mag uitsit en vir onderhandelings met munisipaliteite om alternatiewe huisvesting. Die minister van Plattelandse Ontwikkeling en Grondhervorming, Günther meen dit is 'n stap in die regte rigting. Op die internasionale front, die Amerikaanse president Donald Trump meen die eer kom hom toe vir die druk wat op Qatar deur sy buurlande uitgeoefen word weens die land se beweerde ondersteuning van terrorisme in die streek. Trump meen sy onlangse besoek aan die Midde-Ooste lewer reeds dividende in die stryd teen terrorisme aangesien Saudi-Arabië, Bahrein, die VAE, Jemen en Libië almal bande met Qatar verbreek het. Ondertussen meen politieke kenners dat die isolering en 'n bedreiging vir die Wêreldbeker sokkertoernooi in 2022 wat aan Qatar toegeken is, kan inhou. En dan ten slotte, die Franse polisie sê hulle het 'n man buite die kathedraal van Notre Dame in Parys geskiet nadat hy 'n polisieman met 'n hamer toegetakel het. Die geluid van die skote het paniek onder besoekers tot gevolg gehad. Die terrein rondom die kathedraal is daarna gesluit en mense is versoek om die gebied te betree nie. 'n Noodtoestand geld steeds in Frankryk nadat aanvalle deur jihadiste in 2015 vir die dood van 130 mense in Parys verantwoordelik was. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Let's get another look at what's happening in the world of sport.
Cricket headlining our global sport this morning, and we kick it off with the sixth match of the 2017 Champions Trophy. And of course, that took place yesterday and saw England earn an emphatic 87-run victory over New Zealand. Chasing 311 set for victory, New Zealand could only make it to 223 before they were bowled out, leaving them at the bottom of Group A with one game remaining now. Currently in second spot in Group B, the Proteas play their second match of the tournament today. That's up against Pakistan, the match getting underway at 2:30 SA time. And staying in the country, the National First Division promotion playoffs continue this afternoon. That as Baraka FC tackle Black Leopards in Polokwane. After playing out to a 2-2 draw with Stellenbosch FC in their first match, Baraka currently find themselves in second place on the table, 1 point behind the Western Cape side, who have a game in hand. And today's game gets underway at the Peter Mokaba Stadium at 3 o'clock. Then on to rugby. The British and Irish Lions are in action again today as they take on the Blues. That's in the second match of their New Zealand tour. The Northern Hemisphere side will look to continue their winning form as they head into the clash off the back of a pretty hard-fought 13-7 victory over the provincial Barbarians. That was this past weekend. The Lions versus the Blues battle kicks off at 9:30 or 9:35 South African time. Then finally on to tennis. The first two semi-finalists in the women's draw at Roland Garros were decided yesterday. That was after Yelena Ostapenko and Timea Bashinsky earned victory in their quarter-final draws. 19-year-old Ostapenko overcame former world number one Caroline Wozniacki, coming back from a set down to see out a 4-6, 6-2, 6-2 victory in the end. The other result in the last eight saw Timea Bashinsky beating Kristina Madalenovic in straight sets. And that French Open action continuing later today, but that's a wrap of your sport for today.
Well, let's take one final look at your traffic in Cape Town, in Lansdowne. There's some congestion building on the M5 highway. This is due to an accident on the side of the carriageway at Berkeley Road. So you can expect queuing traffic from Klipfontein Road. And it seems like the storm's already causing some havoc. There have been reports of fallen trees in Plumstead on Dick Burton Road between Totnes Road and Tynemouth Road, on Kloofneck Road at Cotswold Avenue. The left lane towards the CBD has been obstructed. Then in Belleville, another case of a fallen tree on Old Paarl Road at Stickland Hospital, affecting both lanes, so you can expect delays travelling east. If you're in Rondebosch, there's a fallen electricity pole on Sandown Road and Lochiel Road, so you can also expect delays in those areas. So please avoid the roads this morning if at all possible. That's where we leave your traffic for now.
It's just after 4 minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's quickly get another update on your weather going into your Wednesday. And heavy rain, strong winds and very cold conditions will continue for the rest of the day. Also into tomorrow, especially for the northwest, the Western Cape as well as the Eastern Cape as that cold front passes. Also bringing with it very, very rough seas and swells of around 6 to 12 meters. You can see the sea is there is incredibly rough. That's the sea point as we're looking out at the moment. But as for the rest of the country, stark contrast, clear skies and sunny conditions with mild temperatures going into your Wednesday, but we'll also see those temperatures and weather conditions being affected by this cold front over the next couple of days. We'll bring you updated. But for your temperatures for today, Polokwane starting off on 7 degrees minimum with a maximum of 22, Mbombela 11.27, Pretoria begin op 8 grade, styg na 21, Johannesburg 5.20, Mahikeng 4 en 'n matige 24, Klerksdorp 2 grade minimum, dit styg na 24, Kimberley ook 2.24, Bloemfontein lekker koud vanoggend, -1, maar dit styg na 'n warmer 23, Richards Bay 17.27, Pietermaritzburg 10.26, Durban 20.27, Mthatha begin op 6 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 28, East London starting off on 12 and a maximum of a warm 30, Cradock 4.24, Port Elizabeth 10.27, then George kicking off on 8 degrees minimum and a maximum of 22, Sutherland very cold today, -2 degrees this morning, staying cold with a maximum of only 8 degrees, Cape Town 8.16, Worcester 2.12, Springbok 5 and a maximum of 12 only, and Uppington starting off on 4 degrees minimum with a maximum of 21 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Wednesday. If you are in the Western Cape region, please be safe.
Book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips.
Well, let's find out what the answer to our emoji charades game is. We gave you the clue that it is a song. It has 2 words in it, and there's an umbrella, and there's rain, and the umbrella is a certain color. Now, somebody said the song is Singing in the Rain, which is more than 2 words. Someone also said Rihanna's umbrella. No, that is incorrect. But the actual answer, and the majority of you got it right, save for those 2 answers, Purple Rain by Prince. And of course, that is the artist's signature song. If you don't know it, you haven't lived. Well, so much more to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's find out what's coming up.
Well, you know what our signature song is? It's the Culinary Hotline, bling, ting, ting, ting. That's happening after the break. Give us a call on 0214309881. Angie, boy, Peter Ayub in the house.
And it's taken us about 3 years to get Peter to get that zing, zing, zing. But it's finally there. Then we're also going to whip up a Frindian chicken, which I cannot wait. I know, Frindian chicken. We're going to find out exactly what that is after the break.
Struggle with commitment? Before trying anywhere else, book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline, bling. That can only mean one
Your Feel
thing.
Good Breakfast Show coming to you live right now on SABC3. And look at those waves. The Cape of Storms really honoring its name today. But we're nice and cozy indoors because it's time for the Culinary Hotline, bling. Ting, ting, ting. You can give us a call on 0839133. Oh, that's the other number that doesn't work anymore. It's 021-430-9881. We've got a new number. Give us a call on that one. Peter, Ayub, and Angie Boyd, thank you so much for joining us today because today is a very special day. It's World Chocolate Ice Cream Day.
Sure.
And what could be better on a day like this?
Absolutely. There's a day for everything, isn't
Well, probably soup because it's cold out there.
Yes.
But we'll make this anyway because it's nice and delicious. Is there a secret to making ice cream at home perfectly so it doesn't go rock hard?
Yeah. So proper ice cream, classic ice cream is made with custard and cream and then churned in an ice cream machine.
Yes.
But most people don't have an ice cream machine, myself included.
Mhm.
So we have a quick and easy method for making ice cream.
All right, let's
which is, to take either whipped cream or double cream and then you add some condensed milk to that.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Whipped cream or double cream plus condensed milk equals ice cream.
Equals ice cream. So what's happening here is that the whipped cream or the double cream, you've aerated it, because normally what an ice cream machine does is aerate the mixture as it freezes it. So here you've already got an aerated mixture. And then the important thing to remember is that your condensed milk is very sweet and sugar doesn't freeze. So you've got now a balance between something that does freeze and something that doesn't freeze.
So it should give you that nice in-betweener.
In-between texture.
Okay. Is that then also how you prevent it from crystallizing?
Absolutely. And because the excess sugar in the condensed milk, that's sort of, when it goes into the freezer, those crystals don't actually happen.
They don't occur.
Okay.
And we've aerated it up front as well.
And when it comes to flavouring it, would you add something like...
You can add anything you like, which is the best part. So
coffee
you could add coffee, you could add chocolate, you could add lemon zest, you could add fruits and nuts and whatever. So then this is a base, and then you add whatever flavour you want.
Beautiful stuff. All right, so like I said, our lines are open and you can give us a call on 021-430-9881 for the Culinary Hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. Let's take this one question from Denise Kamara on Facebook. It says, when I'm making baklava, does it make a difference if you pour hot syrup over hot baklava, or should it be hot syrup over cold baklava? Or vice versa.
Yeah.
This is very, very confusing.
The very confusing thing about baklava is where it actually comes from, because every country in the Med claim that it belongs to them. When I make it, I prefer the comes straight out the oven, and then my sugar syrup is at, I'd say, about 40-50 degrees. So it's cooled down, but it's not cold.
Okay.
And then with that, you pour it all over, brush it, make sure it's gone into everything, and then you can back it back into the oven for a little bit, just to crisp it up again.
Does that make sure that it has a kind of layer of...
You want the syrup to soak in, but if it's too hot, it's almost going to be too liquid and make the baklava soggy.
Okay.
So we don't want soggy, we want...
We don't like soggy bottoms.
We don't.
All right? Not in our baklavas, not in our cakes,
Not in
nothing.
anything.
All right, okay, we'll be right back again. Our number once again is 021-430-9881. We'll be back again with the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting!
Well, she's not part of the culinary panel today, but Chef Anel Potgieter shows us how to make her favorite whole roasted chicken curry in an LG Soladom.
Now, it's a microwave, it's a grill, and a convection, all in one very convenient appliance.
Make some ice cream.
Cooking a roast chicken has never been easier with the LG Soladom oven. For a roast with a difference, Anel Potgieter shows her recipe for chicken that is packed full of curry flavor.
Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to make my favorite chicken curry. It's a whole roasted chicken curry. So firstly, I'm going to take some curry powder, cumin, cinnamon, coriander and chili flakes. Throw that in a bowl. Then I'm going to take some ginger and garlic, add that as well. And then I'm going to take some oil just to form a beautiful paste. This smells so delicious, so please make your own paste. So what we're going to do with this paste now, we're going to rub it in under the skin. And please get your hands dirty, people. Don't be shy. This is lovely to do. Just do this in the skin. And try to get it in the little thighs as well, into the little wings, all over, because this is going to give the chicken flavor, loads and loads of curry flavor. The reason why I put the flavor under the skin, or the curry paste under the skin, is the flavor really goes into the meat, and that is what you really want, isn't it? And always remember to season your chicken with salt and pepper. I like to put it over the chicken so it crisps up the chicken skin and as well as inside. And now we're going to truss the chicken. I use my mom's method. There's lots of techniques to do this, but this is the way I like to do it.
The purpose of trussing a bird is to help the meat cook more evenly and stay juicier. Keeping the legs and wings closer to the body creates better heat circulation and even cook.
And now we're going to butter this chicken on the outside. It gives it a real deep, rich flavor and a gloss on this chicken. And now this little plump bird is ready for the oven. I'm going to put it in a baking dish. And now I'm going to roast it in the algae solar-dome.
The algae solar-dome has a preset for whole chicken and calculates the cooking duration based on weight. By combining convection and microwave heat, the chicken cooks in far less time.
Guys, this is really smelling delicious and it looks beautiful. It only took 23 minutes. But now you can see there's a lot of juices in the pan and I want to intensify that curry flavor. So I'm going to take this chicken out and just put it to the side. And we're going to add these juices to a pot and we're going to reduce it.
You can simply place the pan juices in a pot and bring it to a boil to start the reduction process. You'll want to get it to about 1/3 of its original volume for an intense flavor.
So you leave these beautiful juices to simmer for a few minutes, and while that's doing that, we're going to put some foil over the chicken so the chicken can rest properly. And by doing this, all the juices will stay in the chicken. Oh, it smells delicious.
The sauce can now be poured over a whole chicken or spooned over the meat as it's carved at the table for a lip-smackingly delicious meal.
And now we're just going to add some coriander to the dish to give it more flavor. And there you go, a whole chicken curry, utterly delicious.
Ag, dankie Annel en ons is nog weer terug in die kombuis vir die Culinary Hotline bling. Ting ting ting. So sê mense in Afrikaans. 021-430-9881. We got a caller on the line all the way from Witbank. Good morning.
Good morning, Expresso. I love you.
No, I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. What is your culinary conundrum this morning?
My culinary conundrum this morning is ice cream is divine, but I'm a diabetic. Is there any way or any flavor I can add to the ice cream that's not going to be so sweet?
All right, let's see what our double panel has to say.
It's a tricky one. I think with diabetics, the best thing is just to have a teeny tiny little bit of what you like, rather than to have a big amount of something that's not good for you. So what I would suggest is actually just to make a frozen lolly. So take some fruit juice and rather do the frozen lolly, because if you take the sugar out of the ice cream, it's going to freeze solid. So
what works really well as well is frozen yogurt. And then
I was about to
say that. How about that?
Yeah, although it does still have sugar, so we have to be careful of that.
Yeah. So wait, with the frozen lolly, could you perhaps add the cream, not the condensed milk, and then you get like a
milky
kind of flavored. Yes, so that might work. Try it out at home, and then let us know how that turns out. But as Angie said, it's about watching the complete diet and making sure that you're getting all those good things in. So once again, 021-430-9881. That's the number to call. Tristan says, is it necessary to add eggs to your mixture when you're making scones or scones? Scones. What do eggs? What do eggs do in a cake, muffin, or scone mixture? What do they do?
Okay, well, eggs have a variety of functions. So they lighten the mixture up, they bind the mixture, they enrich a mixture. So they are a necessary part of a cake. And what you'll find is if you leave the eggs out, the mixture either doesn't hold together or it's terribly stodgy. And a scone is a very simple cake. And I would just rather put the egg in. It has very little egg in it, but it is necessary to give you that lovely light, crumbly texture. Otherwise, you're going to end up either with a biscuit or a bread.
Same as a pasta. I mean, if you
omit the eggs, you're going to have you don't have the same texture.
All right.
If, however, there is an egg allergy and you can't have eggs, the other thing to do is to take 1 tablespoon of soy flour per egg as a replacer.
Okay, all right, soy flour as a replacement. Daniela then asked, in baking, can you substitute canola oil for olive oil if the recipe asks for canola oil?
I actually would prefer using canola oil to olive oil.
Peter's so touched right now. Like, how dare you?
It is. What's good about the canola oil, it doesn't add flavors to whatever you're doing, so you're going to keep it very neutral. Olive oils are too too heavy for like desserts and things.
Baking, yeah.
Absolutely. So I would rather, even if you have a beautiful bread, you've baked it completely, as you're serving it, drizzle some good olive oil over it. So that way it's going to be a lot better than actually just losing the taste. And
Does the flavour of olive oil intensify if you do bake it?
No. It actually it kills us.
It's got a very intense flavour to begin with. So you need to, if you're baking something, it's got to marry with the olive oil flavours. Otherwise, the olive oil is just going to overpower everything else.
All right.
Yeah.
So olive oil as a substitute for canola oil? No. Just do what the recipe asks. Please and thank you. Thank you. All right. Listen, we're going to keep that line open, 0214309881. We'll be back again with the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting.
Well, due to viewer demand, the Afternoon Express cook-along has now been moved to Tuesday afternoons instead of you having to wait until the middle of the week. So don't miss out today on the Afternoon Express cook-along with a series with Hope Malau, where they'll be cooking up a delicious chicken curry.
And it certainly does look delicious. Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, comedian Yassine Barnes takes us on a little tour of his hometown, which is Athlone.
Very cool. And then I think with the modern workplace landscape changing so dramatically at the moment, we're going to help you prep and prepare your child for a modern work environment. And that's with Nikki Bush, our creative parenting expert. We'll see you now.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline bling.
That can only
Get
mean
in
one
there,
thing.
Peter. Yes, it's that time again for the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, 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 baby. Give us a call on 0214309881. We're taking all of your culinary conundrums. Like Mariam here, or Miriam, I'm sorry if I'm saying Mariam, says, good morning. How do you omit the eggy smell from royal icing? And how long do you beat? Do you beat those egg whites before you add them into the icing sugar?
Royal icing shouldn't have an eggy smell, so perhaps check the freshness of the eggs first.
Yes,
That's very important. They must be fresh eggs because there's no cooking, and royal icing is just egg white and icing sugar. That's it.
Okay.
You don't beat the egg white at all. In fact, what you do, the classic way to make it is to take a butter knife, and it sounds weird.
Yeah.
And you just add your very well sifted icing sugar into your egg white as you're stirring it.
With
and
a butter
takes
knife.
an awfully long time, but it should. There shouldn't be any air in your royal icing at all.
It better be good and worth it. All right. Geraldine says here, how do I get my cookies hard? Every time I bake, it comes out soft, and I don't know how to get it crispy.
You're the cookie lady.
I'm the cookie lady. Either bake them. Look, biscuits need to be baked low and slow.
Yes.
So your oven must be at around about 150, 160. So just leave them in a little longer.
Okay.
They actually will feel slightly soft when they are done. As long as they can be removed from the tray easily, then they're done. The other thing is to check your recipe. You need to have enough fat and enough sugar. Otherwise, it's not going to crisp
sometimes,
up.
like your homemade cookies are obviously a lot more enriched because you've made it yourself and you
Yes.
haven't got any stabilizers and things like
Oh,
that.
right.
So making it on your own is going to be very different. To
Yeah. Don't compare your cookies to other people's cookies because you know they didn't make them the same. But here's a good one. I love this from Precious Sidibe. Precious says, we grew up calling every cooking oil fish oil, okay? So I want to know, is there really even a fish oil? Because I've never seen it on any label. That is a brilliant question.
That's adorable.
Mom would be like, someone have a fish oil. I'm like, what is it?
It's so true. That's
Yes,
what we
so
called it.
fish oil, it's canola or sunflower. So it's not, we just called it fish oil because it was hot enough to bring those temperatures that you could actually fry your fish or whatever. So that's why it was called fish oil.
Okay.
Okay, so what that canola does, it brings itself up to nearly 200 degrees before it burns, so you can actually deep fry stuff as opposed to. That's why you don't use olive oil in those circumstances.
But could you actually find fish extract oil and cook in it? Would that be okay?
No. I mean, a fish extract is going to be more of a...
It's a vitamin supplement.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not-
I was about
you
to
don't
take all
cook
those
in
little
it.
capsules
Yeah.
and break them up into your pan. Try and make your scrambled eggs in that this morning and tell us how they taste. How about that? Okay. Deirdre, last question says, I recently found liquid smoke at the local grocery store. What? What's the best use for this beautiful ingredient? Liquid smoke? It's sold?
Yeah, it is. I would say leave it in the shopping centre.
Yes, thank you, Peter. It sounds like a hoax.
I mean, it is, and it's got, you can imagine what's in it to actually make something. And just smoke it at home. It's so easy, it's so simple. If you want, what I'll do is send a recipe across to Expresso on their website and absolutely, just go mad, do your own stuff.
All right, listen, and before we go, we had a caller, I believe, Brian. Brian from Cape Town, who says, Peter, you are his favourite chef. He's a high scholar. He's a high scholar who I'm assuming has ambitions of being a chef one day. Peter.
What school's he at?
What school? We don't know. We'll track him down. Yeah.
Track him down.
But yeah, if you listen, Brian, do not buy liquid smoke. Okay, do the smoking yourself at home with wood and stuff like that.
Absolutely, it's so easy.
All right. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you for the calls and the interesting questions. Please do keep them coming. If you have any culinary conundrums you'd like to ask us, Facebook, on Twitter, and call us next week again for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting.
Well, if you think we're being dramatic about the storm in Cape Town, just take a look at footage right there of the waves, of the swells currently on the Sea Point Promenade side.
Yeah, it's about 300 meters away from where we're standing right now, so starting to feel a little bit nervous, but we're about to have a little bit of fun and explore a bit of our South African hood.
That's right. Now, if you're looking for the quirkiest coffee shop or the best Gatsby in town, there's only one man that can show you where to get it.
Yep, it's the king of the one-liner himself, Mr. Yazim Barnes, taking us around Athlone.
Can we do this cool? Can I be cool? Can I? Hi, I'm Yazim Barnes, and this is my hood. Does it work? What if I do it like top bowling? Can I do it like top bowling where I go, hi, I'm Yazim Barnes, and this is my hood. I'm a comedian. If you guys don't know me, then you must follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and don't follow me home. This is where we're starting today. Today we're at Timbuktu Coffee Shop and Bookshop. This is where I like to come collect my ideas and I put them all together in the book and we get the jokes out going. They also have good food, it's cheap food, they look after me nicely. This is what the hood is all about. It's people that know you and they come connect with you, it's a good thing. Also because we run some gigs here, so it's a place that's in my hood, so we can bring comedy for the people, by the people, that's me, I'm the people. I'll be at the next gig, guys, you can get me there. So guys, we're at our second place now. It's at the Armchair Theatre in Observatory. It's the home of comedy. This is where we come to do jokes, guys. This is where we come to do the bottom level of jokes, where we start with bad jokes and we work our way for them to become great jokes. This is the underground of comedy. It's where everything started in our whole country. All the comedians started here. David Cow, Riyad Musa, Yazim Barnes, Mark Lottering, Stuart Taylor, Yazim Barnes, Louis Sogola. Just the legends, really. If he retired, will he change his name to Hashim Amkla? What? Hashim Amkla? I see what you did there. This guy. Amkla. Mic drop. But I won't mic drop because mics are expensive, so I'll just put it down. There's two things that people like to do. It's to laugh and to eat. And that's what I specialize in, is the laughing part, now the eating part. And the best place to do that is with a Gatsby at Golden Dish, guys. Hi, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. What can I do for you?
Can I have a full house steak Gatsby, please? You never really know what they say at the back. Like you just hear, but you know that they're gonna get your order right. It's like a doctor's prescription. You can't read it, but it's gonna make you better. So guys, there's two things you must know about eating a Gatsby. One is that you must eat it on the bonnet of the car. So the bonnet is the hot plate because it's lekker warm, it keeps the thing, but it's also a stable place and it's in the open. You can still see the view, you can see the kindness while you eat the Gatsby. The second thing, you must eat it, you must share it. It's cut in four. Everybody must get, in the wise words of the great colored man, make the circle bigger. Everybody must get a stick. I'm Yasin Bonds. Thank you for coming to my hood. Now guys, I can't eat this thing alone, it must be shared. It's lekker. Now you got the small piece. Are you the lighty? No, you're the lighty. I wanna cut.
Yeah, that's right. Have you ever had a Gatsby on the bonnet of your car while you watch the Kinders?
Had a Gatsby on the bonnet of a car.
Did you watch the Kinders?
I should have watched the Kinders. But I'm going to go have a Gatsby now on the bonnet of my car.
Love Yasin Bonds.
Listen, it's absolutely crazy. Just once again, the Cape Storm causing havoc. This is the Sea Point Promenade as we look at it right now. You can see the sea is in turmoil at the moment. Look at those swells. It's absolutely incredible. They predicted between 6 and 12 meters swells along the coastal region. So please, once again, just be safe out there and take all of those necessary precautions. Right now, though, to get back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we are sitting down with Nikki Bush, our parenting expert, and she helps all of us parents prepare our children for that ever-changing work environment.
A little bit earlier, we spoke about the ever-changing landscape of the work environment, and we're continuing that very interesting and rather unnerving conversation with our regular creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush. I feel like I'm standing on the edge of a precipice about to launch in, and worse yet, I've got my little one with me as I do it. They are entering into a brave new world. Just to set the tone, how different are children now, young children who are going to be entering the job market in maybe a decade and a half, 2 decades time from now? How different is their working world going to be to what it is today?
It's going to be hugely different, Graham, because 60 to 70% of the jobs they will do not yet exist. And so it's a bit of guesswork right now as to the kind of jobs they really will be doing. But we can prepare them in a sense that we're not actually preparing the path for them. We're preparing the child for that path. And one of the things that's going to be quite key is that our children are going to interact more and more with machines. Even your modern engineer, your modern actuary is going to be involved in deep learning of machines and the algorithms that make machines do what they do. And so any kind of programming, any software programming, so some of the rising industries, and actually if viewers want to get hold of my book, Future Proof Your Child,
it is amazing.
The whole inside section, the middle section, deals with rising industries. And we need to look at what those rising industries are. So right now there's a massive shortage of software developers, a massive shortage of people who can deal with cyber security. We're going to be living in a smart world where every body and every object will be connected via sensors.
Even organic matter is now connecting to technology.
Your
in that
plants
way,
can ask for water now. They can SMS you and say, I'm thirsty. Hey, I'm thirsty. And we
crying
use,
face, crying emoji.
We use AI, artificial intelligence, every day. Hey Siri, hey Google. You know, that's just kind of automatic for us. We're bringing kids up in a world where the largest hotel chain doesn't own infrastructure. The largest bookstore doesn't even own books. You know, it's like a very different kind of place.
It's rather terrifying from the perspective of not only are we relying on technology and machines to do for us, we're also allowing them to think for us as well. What does this say about our child's mental development? Are they going to be stunted because they're giving some of that over to the cloud, to AI, or does it involve an evolution in the terms of the way that they think?
It does involve this evolution, because we need to be learning or teaching children to not just find information, but to manipulate it and do something interesting with it. They're the ones who actually need to teach machines how to do what they want the machines to do. And then if machines start saving us time, then you can go off and evolve some more, because you can maybe go and develop the artistic side of your life that maybe without machines you wouldn't have time for. So I think that maybe the upshot, the positive upshot, is we might actually be able to go deep into that mindfulness space.
I love that. And speaking of which, let's speak directly now to young people entering the job market now, which is also changing on a daily basis. What you studied 4 or 5 years ago might not actually be what you want to focus on now, because the landscape has changed so much. What advice do you have for people entering into the job market, young people specifically?
It's such an exciting time. We need to be very optimistic, because there are lots of new jobs opening up. Maybe things that are of more interest to people than ever before, because lots of niches are starting to open up. So if you are going to be looking at medicine now, it's just so much wider. Anything to do with neuro, anything to do with personalized anything. So whether it's personalized nutrition, personalized medicine, whether it's stem cell research, whether it's getting nanobots into the system to distribute the insulin, there's lots of exciting stuff happening. Big thing is to make sure that you have a flexible mindset, that you can take what you know and adapt it to what is changing, because then you will stay in the job market. You can't say, I don't do that. I wasn't trained for this.
I'm not specialized in it,
And keep learning. You have to be committed to your own talent development journey continuously. You cannot stop and get off that bicycle. Otherwise, you'll lose your place.
I think I need to invite you in for our final frontier space discussion next time around, because it really is a brave new world. And I think the advice that you've given today, it applies to all of us, not just fresh young minds.
Absolutely.
It's about keeping the mind fresh and young. So hopefully that's inspired you for this incredible brave new world that we are entering into, and left those fears behind. It is an opportunity for you to create the future that you want for yourself.
Well, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we return, we discuss a historic moment in South African history, the signing of a decree that recognizes the 5 royal houses of the San and Khoisan peoples of South Africa. And we are so proud to have this illustrious group of guests here with us, whom we'll introduce you to right after the break. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Saving on travel is quick and easy with TravelStart. When you book any flight at travelstart.co.za, you will receive a voucher for 50% off your next 2 Uber rides to or from the airport. Simply enter the voucher code in the Uber app when you book your ride at your convenience. It's just another amazing way to enjoy hassle-free, budget-friendly travel when you have TravelStart to take you all the way for half the price with Uber.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
A very warm welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, on the 6th of April, a historical decree that recognizes the 5 royal houses of the San and Khoisan peoples was signed by the respective kings and queens in a move that proves to be a first in the unification of these groups. Now, the contents of this decree are being released for the very first time today on Expresso, and we are so honored to be joined by dignitaries representing 4 of these houses.
So on the panel this morning is Prince Aubrey Hector and Lifi Liza of the Khoisan Kingdom, representing King Dirk Louis. Peter Gell of the Nama Royal House, representing King Cornelis Lynx. We've also got Princess Chantal Revel of the Cats Corona Royal House, representing King Cats.
And of course, also joining us is Prince Jacobus Titus of the Western Cape Bushman Sun House, representing Queen Katrina in her absence. And we round off with Gregory Creer, President of the African Christian Union, the organization that is facilitating the publication and the distribution of this decree. A hearty and warm welcome to all of you to our Feel Good Breakfast show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. So I think the first question we're going to ask both Gregory and Prince Aubrey Hector to share this one. Up until the signing of this very historic decree, what was the status of the authority that was given to the Khoisan royal houses?
Yeah, so let me just start off by saying that the good book tells us that where there's no king, there's, in fact, it says that people do as they please. So if you look at the seas today, they're quite rough, and if you go to our communities, there's a lot of turmoil and rapes and murders of our children and our women. And so it's quite a bad scenario out there at the moment. But where the kings are not honored, that's what it says will happen. So what we're doing through this is we're trying to bring realignment back to the kings, to bring order and structure. So it's like a home. If you have an absent father, there's no order in the home, and the home is messed up. So through this opportunity, we're finding now, so, you know, we spend a lot of time worrying about the rhinos because they're an endangered species, and cycads and all of these things, but the very core people, our original foundation people, somehow we've let it slip. So this is really saying we're taking back our understanding of who we are. You know, if you're saying your roof is blowing off, the reason for that could be because your foundation is not good. So we're going back to the foundations, and the kings and queens are coming together in a spirit of unity and saying, this is who we are. As fathers of our people, we want to rise up again and take responsibility for where we are. And that's really the understanding of where we are now. And so let me hand over to Prince Aubrey, who can answer that in a more specific way. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, certainly correct in a spiritual way. Thanks, Leader Gregory. The statutory position of the kings as the royal houses and the queen before the signing of the decree is a scenario where they've been dethroned by colonial powers, they've been divided, and they've been ruled. And that is the status of the royal houses up to now. And we hope that the decree that has been signed in unity by all the royalties should make a significant change in the lives of the normal South African Khoisan people, because it is the very colonial decrees that caused the divisions and the dethroning and the ruling. So this decree is now revoking that, and ultimately our people will now be ruled by their own kings and actually in alignment with the Spirit of God, being the King of Kings.
May I ask, just to go further into detail, in terms of what this decree and the signing thereof now allows the royal houses to do, and how it allows the people, the San and the Khoisan people, to be recognized from a legislative point of view, Princess Chantal?
First of all, it allows the kings or the communities to see that yes, we are working in unity. Yes, we are recognizing each other. We speak out of one mouth. We're taking back that unity. As you know, the perception of a so-called colored people, we're taking that away. Because we do have somewhere we come from, the very roots of Africa. We are not a colored people without a heritage. That is who we are, fundamentally to Africa. And there is legislation in process, yes, and we are all aware of that. There are two different parts of legislation in South Africa running currently. And the one is that we're saying with the decree that we're reclaiming that position with the rest of the Africa traditional leadership. And then there's one that includes the whole of the nation. We're not cutting out anyone or saying, you're not indigenous, you're not part of this. So there's two processes that's running currently with government.
And then I think, Prince Jacobus, could you maybe just tell us why it's so important that so-called minority peoples be recognized in this way?
Dat is net reg dat onze rechten geërkend worden. Allemaal die mensen van Zuid-Afrika. Onze rechten geërkend worden in die land. En ik voel ons was gestript van onze rechten, van onze menswaardigheid. En dat die degree, dat zal terugbrengen. aan al ons mense en dat ons kan voel ons menswaardigheid en dat ons sal weet daar is toekoms vorentoe vir ons almal.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here with us, and we'll ask you to please stay here because we would like to discuss this a little bit further, and we hope that you at home stay tuned as we'll be chatting to the esteemed representatives of the San and Khoisan royal houses about the significance of this historic decree.
Let's talk trash. No, not like that. I mean actual trash. Taking out the garbage is one of those tasks none of us enjoy for so many reasons. Personally, my pet peeve is when I take out the bag and it breaks, leaving spills all over the floor. That's why I have to double bag my bin. Then I discovered Glad's Force Flex stretchable strength range, which changed my life. The Force Flex technology means the bag is able to stretch over objects and awkward edges like pizza boxes, preventing any rips, punctures or tears, making them ideal for all types of garbage. Glad's Force Flex range offers a variety of sizes for all your different bins, for indoors and outdoors, for the garden, the kitchen, kids' room, even the home office. These are perfect for all your tidy needs. An added bonus is that they both have drawstrings so you can easily pull them closed and carry them conveniently and hygienically. With Glad Force Flex, talking trash is a must.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very warm welcome back once again to your Feel Good Breakfast show. Now, earlier on, we were chatting to representatives of the San and Khoisan royal houses about the historic decree that was signed, a great step in the unification and the restoration of our indigenous peoples of South Africa, and especially in regards to decolonizing what has been done before and allowing us as a people to reclaim our history. And so we are so honored to have all of you here. Thank you so much indeed.
My first question has to go to Peter Gall of the Nama Royal House, representing King Corneelsling. So good to have you with us this morning. We want to know, how can the signing of this very historic unification be seen as a celebration and kind of unification of the different houses?
Goeiemôre aan almal wat my stem kan hoor.
Van nou weet ek dat meeste van die mense is al bewus daarvan dat die konings en die koninginne was ingeseën. Ons weet ook dat hulle was ingesalf. Want hierdie is natuurlike werk wat net die groot Here vir ons kan laat doen. En omdat dit dan gedoen was, weet ons dat daar is eenheid geskep, sodat ons almal sal weet dat daar is orde wat nou gaan gebring word. En omdat hulle dan ingesien is, weet ons, omdat daar eenheid is, sal daar krag wees. And what the Lord has done for us, we cannot keep quiet. And I know that this road will not end here, but my children, and I must say, I Risi, they will benefit from this signature of this decree.
Wow. And so how do we make sure, in terms of the actions that have now been taken, to ensure that government then recognizes the royal houses and the people in legislation? What are the steps and the processes that have been taken to ensure that that happens, Prince Ard?
Currently, at the moment, in terms of the royal houses and the kings and the queenships themselves are already recognized in terms of the constitution, under chapter 12 specifically, whereby all indigenous traditional institutions are recognized at the moment. Then there's legislation which they refer to as the Act, which is Act 41 of 2003, which is Traditional Leadership and Governance Framework Act, which clearly stipulate and make provisions for kingships and queenships already. Although we know there is a parallel legislation which is now being named or called the New Traditional and Khoisan Leadership Bill, which will make provision for communities, traditional and Khoisan communities, to be recognized as such.
Princess Chantal, I know that you also wanted to weigh in on that point.
Yes, the first one, the Act 41, is currently for the more other African groups as we know, the Khoisan and the Nguni tribes as we know that. And up until now, our Khoisan bloodline leadership that has got his historical weight, that has got the history up until way beyond 1652. Has not been really up until now recognized within that. But we are saying with the decree, yes, we are indigenous, but yet we have traditions. So we don't have a problem in our kings. We work together and our queen work together, and we acknowledge that, yes, we do have a tradition to uphold as well. And with the traditional, the Khoisan bill that's currently in Parliament, as Prince Ard has mentioned, makes provision for the communities and everybody that wants to send in their verification, and there's a verification process for that, but it doesn't cut out, like I said, it doesn't leave out anyone. So even our people that we call with the resolution 169 that's of the United Nations, that's currently acknowledging the indigenous people all over the world. It also say about the Khoisan revivalist, which means that you might know yourself today is colored, but tomorrow you might go back into your history, and then you understand who you are, where you come from, and do your own research. Not what colonialists told you or the books told you, but it's truly our own history, coming from our own ancestors, our own people. Then you have a right to apply to that with that bill, that legislation that's currently now in Parliament.
And then, of course, we haven't heard yet from Leafy Liza from the Khoisan Kingdom representing King Dirk Louis. How does it feel to be sharing this historic moment with the rest of the country?
This is reason for celebration.
Yeah.
For we have been waiting for so long for this to happen, to get unity amongst our folk. And now, this decree just symbolizes that when people are standing together, nothing will be impossible to achieve. And I know even God had made his decrees, because a decree is not reversible. When the kings have made a decree, which means that shall have to come to pass. Because when God said that he will deliver his people, he even sent his son, and he never stopped, because he had to fulfill that promise. He even died on the cross of Calvary for our iniquities. So I know that a decree is something worth to live for.
Amen.
Celebrating.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It is truly a wonderful moment for us as the Expresso family to be sharing in this wonderful news with you. And Prince Abre, Hector of the Khoisan Kingdom, I understand that there's a certain, and before I even get to the question, I want to understand the cultural significance of the lion's roar that you are able to do and why it's important to your people.
It's so important to us, my leader, because sometimes it's necessary to bring the big elephants to book by roaring as a lion.
Wow.
That is extraordinary. Thank you so much for allowing us to share in your beautiful culture and your history as well. And as I said, a beautiful moment for us as South Africans. So I think we jubilantly congratulate the royal houses for taking this great step in signing this historic decree.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Kat and Leanne. Well, we're changing things up a little. I think there's a lot of people that's jealous and have a lot of envy of the contestants on the Seychelles island of, for Tropica Island of Treasure. Well, now's your chance to win a taste of paradise with the Tropica Slender. Now, you stand a chance to win a trip to the Seychelles with Tropica Slender, and all you have to do is buy a Tropica Slender and go to Tropica's Twitter or Facebook page to complete the daily story with your own twist ending. Now, you could be the winner of a weekly hamper and be entered into that grand prize draw of a trip for two to the Seychelles. That's courtesy of Air Seychelles and the Savoy Resort and Spa. So today's twist sounds like something from Cape Town.
Yeah, no, and I love this. People really embracing it. As the wind blew, I was swaying aggressively. Sleep was now just a memory. Then suddenly I gripped tightly onto notice ... And now we've got some unbelievable stories coming through here. This one from Günther Pillay. The shark knew what he wanted and bit right through it. It was a scene like no other. There in the distance, I could see the top two teams, Unger and Sivs, and their teammates, yelling for us to swim back to shore. But now we knew this was the end. He took the board, and now he's taking us. There's something just crossed my mind. I remembered we're on a mission to get the hidden chest had the Tropica Slender just underneath us. I took in a deep breath of oxygen, went down for the kill. Upon opening the box, I grabbed a Slender and gulped it down. It gave me that smoothness I needed to fight off the shark and take my mates to safety. And believe it or not, the story continues for about 3 more paragraphs. Günther Pillay, you are a legend.
You are a legend indeed. Well, we want to know from you, how would you end it? All you have to do is head on over to Tropica's Facebook and Twitter page. Remember to use the hashtag SlenderTwist, and who knows, you could be a winner.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Right now, though, it is time for that island guide to survival, okay? Because just like on a tropical island, you know, a storm, much like we're experiencing right now in Cape Town, can hit, and you need to survive by flipping bottles, okay? Because that's just how it goes.
Common survival stuff. Okay. Survival 101.
Absolutely.
Get out of here.
So here we have our Tropica Slenders, all right? So what you guys need to do is try and in 60 seconds flip as many times so it can land on the bottle.
Okay.
So this is easy. There's a joke.
This, dude.
Okay.
You can empty as much as you want. You know, it does maybe help a little bit.
Empty
So
out a bit.
60 seconds. Here we go. Time starting.
Oh, very clever.
Now.
Very clever. All right.
Combining it. Okay.
You can see Ard's done this before. The time's running, guys.
Sean is in there. Ard is in there.
Oh, I had such a good feeling about that. Come on.
Nearman.
It's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. Come on.
Goodness gracias.
Come on.
All right, nothing
Okay, now
yet.
got it.
Okay.
You're flipping the other one.
Oh, can't I move on?
No, do you want to?
You can
Easy to
flip
flip
whichever
one that
one.
doesn't have liquid in.
Oh, okay. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
If you feel you need to put out liquid, you're more than welcome to do that.
He's got it down.
That's 3. Okay.
Record.
1.
Oh,
Come on. Oh, amper. Leg dit.
Amper.
En leg dit.
nee man.
15 secondes oor. 5. Okay. 2.
Wait.
One more.
2. Okay.
One more.
4. 3. 2.
One more.
1.
We got 2 here.
4 here.
4. Sorry, man. What do you guys do? Colluding.
Congratulations.
I love it. You know, Ard had a strategy because every time it didn't happen for him, he goes, Neerman. Neerman technique. That was the
Talk to the bottle.
You talk to the bottle.
Become the
Oh,
bottle.
man, that was good fun. Thank you so much, guys.
Racing, man.
Listen, do you say one more time the details for your concert coming up this
10th of June, CTICC. It's Just Ginger, Prime Circle, and Taylor. With an orchestra, you have to be there.
Legends in the mix there. What about you, Dean? What are you doing this weekend?
This weekend I'm prepping. I start shooting a feature film next week, Tuesday.
Say what?
Yeah, so...
Give us a little...
What little that?
Exclusive. Exclusive. What's the movie?
It's a film, Afrikaans film, kind of like rom-com vibes.
Nice one, man.
So
Nice
should be
one. Good luck with it. Zoe, what do you have there?
Well, listen, if you follow the hashtag Cape Storm, you can see some of the things the storm's been getting up to. For example, there's part of a roof of a house in Wynberg that's blown off into a parking area. There's also slight blockages, trees being fallen over. That was in our traffic report.
Yeah.
We also have in
A whole
Claremont trees
tree?
falling over. So please do be safe today. If you don't need to travel, rather stay home.
Yeah, it seems to be moving around. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We'll see you guys
again
tomorrow. Love you. Too much.
Be safe,
Adios.
guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, man.